Welcome back to the Stormcaller's Fury, episode 27. It's been a little while, and we have someone who hasn't been here for a little while as well. So to recap, you guys are in the dwarven city of Cardunor, and the last thing you guys had done was you went to a grand feast. Where you met the king, who informed you that Lady Casvira, the blue noble, had died. And on your way back, you were ambushed by the runic guard, who were sort of the militia in this city. You escaped their ambush, dragging a guard away as the others had been either killed or turned to ash. And regrouping at the Axe and Anvil, you interrogated the guards, and it was revealed that he had something called a rune of edict, preventing him from speaking any forbidden truth. To essentially combat this, Kalanthar activated some forms of magic and overrid the brand to the point where he had to say everything, and as he spilled all of his truth before dying, he said that it was the voice of the king, or the seneschal, who had ordered to carry out eliminating any outsiders, as they were filth, and the ward, or Lady Casvira, was the greatest symbol of outside rule and had to be killed, and the guard admitted he had personally watched her die. Leaving that, there were some emotional times outside the tavern, and you were met with a young girl who was later to reveal to be the Princess Thresda, who snuck you into the palace and brought you up to the Lady Casvira's chambers, where, upon investigating, you found a small feather in a glass case that called out to Kalanthar. As soon as Kalanthar and Zephyr, I believe, had touched the glass case, there was a little vision of Brakul kneeling before Casvira, as well as an image of Lutharin and Brakul reaching for something before an explosion. As that happened, a black spectral ghoul rose from the illusion and began to attack the party. And midway through the battle, as the ghoul reached out to consume Zephyr's soul, it was thusly exploded by a large lightning bolt that appeared from the balcony window, which revealed the towering, storm-touched elven form of Venera. I can't speak today. Venera Casvira herself, who once again is about 8'5". I feel like that's important. Wearing a steel corset and moonlit silks. And there was a little bit of an interaction before we closed for the session, as Zephyr's embraced in her arms. However, before we return to the Chamber of Reunion, we descend through the halls of polished marble and mirrored stone, through the ground and the marrow of Cardunor itself. Beneath the chamber of the councils and their gilded politics, beyond guarded vaults and torchlit barracks, is a stone older than the city. Never been carved, never been unearthed. And we see a long tunnel with a single door at the end. Smooth, beautifully glittering obsidian. Inside, a lone figure kneels, a little tall for a dwarf, robes embroidered in wreath, hammer, sigil twisted into a crown, grey hair pulled back tight. He kneels before a podium of blackened metal upon which rests a chained tome bound in lacquered hide. A brand sits upon its cover of a coiled serpent devouring its own wings. And we can hear him speaking soft and deep prayers as the book's flesh ripples and a low voice seeps in the tones. And he places a hand on the book, and his eyes turn red. But we flip back to Zephyr. The warmth of arms around your shoulders as you are embraced by your mother. She's a little bit smaller now. Her storm-draped form settled into something more elven than godlike. And she's holding you as if the world might snatch you back away from her. Her fingers gently comb through your hair. And that's where we're going to pick up our session. What would you like to do?
I think Zephyr would just kind of stay in the embrace for a little bit. A few sniffles here and there. But she's not crying, no, she's got something in her eye. And eventually, kind of, if no one says anything, she will pull away. Look back at the others, and just kind of sniffle and just goes, "Guys, I have a mom." As if that's not the most obvious thing in the world now.
You watch as Venra sort of lets go almost, and pushing you out from her a little bit, still keeping her hands on your shoulders, and her eyes pass over each of the party members, and you feel this like tingle of goosebumps along your skin. And then she looks back at Zephyr. Let me see you properly. And is taking in every aspect of your form.
So at this point, Zephyr gets a little bit bashful. She kind of steps back and she sort of is like, before when she was at the party, she'd was all dressed up and stuff, but like going into the castle, she's just kind of back in her regular kind of adventuring clothes, especially now that the glamour that they had on them earlier has kind of faded away. So she's just very aware that she's not looking anywhere near as amazing, I guess, as her mom. And she's just like, oh no, like, this is not at all how she envisioned this to go. Like, I think she thought it was going to happen at some grand event, prior to finding out that she was dead, and then not dead. And so, yeah, she's just kind of head kind of tilted down a little bit, and just like very much crumpling under the stern eye of her mum.
Where are my notes on? Ah, there it is. Yeah, she doesn't really say much. She just is gazing into your eyes, as if she looks away, you might disappear. As that's happening, do you want to make a perception check for me?
Yes. Come on, D&D Beyond. Stop being so slow.
See the shadow of the drake in the clouds.
God.
Perception. That's a 16.
As she sort of pushes a piece of your hair away from your head, as the sort of air that you generate has sort of flicked it back into your eye. You notice that there's a ring on her finger of like a spiral wave design with a lightning bolt through it. And there's something not familiar, but it's definitely a little deja vu. And you cast your mind back to a tavern, and it wasn't the owner that wore it, but you took a particular liking to his companion, and the collar around his neck. They had like a dangling little pendant. It was so small, as if it was made for someone else. But you haven't been back to Iridescent Coast in weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And she finishes sort of trying to take a mental picture of the moment, and then looks to Thresda and then the door. We should probably move on from here. And then moves over, grabs your hand, and drags you with her as she walks to the far side of the room and places her hand on the stone, and you see it alight in like this beautifully light blue white, and the door begins to sort of shift and move as the bricks turn into almost a liquid, and looks out at the rest of your party and sort of nods her head for you to follow her.
I think Zephyr would hesitate for 1 minute and then like look back at everyone as if to be like, please come with.
You're gonna get rid of us that easy. And they'll just follow along.
Yeah, Nim just kind of nods and follows.
Okay. Who is last through this portal?
There's only us three there, isn't it? So
Mhm.
I guess it would
Not
be me.
there.
If I followed on straight ahead, then
Yeah,
Yes,
then I
Nim.
think Nim probably would be last.
Okay. Nim, can you make a perception check for me, please? Or actually, what is your passive perception?
10.
I'll let you roll for it then, since it's quite low.
Oh, hang on. Actually, that is not my passive perception, because I forgot to re-equip all of the stuff that I took off for the battle. No, for the not the battle, the
For
The ball.
The
Yeah.
ambush.
ball. There we go. Right.
Ball, battle, same diff.
It's 15.
Oh, okay.
It's passive perception.
So you can either choose to use that, or you can roll for it and potentially get something higher, but you also risk something lower.
I'll use that. I'll use the 15.
Yes, I know.
Okay. On a 15, as you move to go through the portal, you watch as Thresda sort of jerks, clutching this now translucent crystal. As she sort of grabs part of your arm. The palace wards, when I use this, they know magic's been cast in these rooms. Go, keep going. I'll distract them. And you can hear across the city distant horns and the faint ring of armored boots on the upper halls coming your way. And you step through the portal and sort of seals shut behind you.
Oh shit. As soon as I get through the other side, I like tell the others, like Thresda's just let me know, like they know that magic was cast, that they were like running into the room. I don't know, I feel really bad leaving her there.
She's the princess, though, right? She'll be fine.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just
I doubt they're gonna question her being there, of all people.
no, but if she can't cast magic, then they're gonna wonder who has. I'm sure she'll be fine. I'll let you say she's the princess.
Doesn't hurt. We can always check in with her.
Once we've got a little bit out of the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, like from what you said last time, with how the king, when he spoke to the princess, and he said like take her to, was it the balcony?
Yeah.
Did he say it in like a way where it was like it seemed like he's in on the fact that Kizra is still alive?
I think even without an insight check, there was definitely like a little sparkle of mischief between the two of them.
Okay.
In that he was recognizing maybe you should go show them to the balcony.
Okay.
I would say that yes, you do know that he is aware that she is still alive.
Okay. Yeah, if Zeph would be like, I think she, like her dad seems to be aware. I think she'll be okay.
As you are pulled further from where you all immediately sort of appeared, the door seals behind you with stone on stone. And out here is cooler. There's like a tang of metal and almost like this deep moisture. And she begins to lead you down a small, narrow staircase and through an archway. And as you step through, the cavern of the ledge that you will step out onto is a ribbon, like a tiny ribbon of stone with a sheer drop to the rest of the city below. As you look up, there is a massive mirror array, massive plates of polished metals that are slowly catching what little moonlight filters in. Or daylight, sorry. And as you look around, it appears that you are on the roof of part of the palace. As she's sort of leading you across this wall.
Be careful.
I think Zephyr like hears that, but like just like not quite flying, but like kind of added flavor of like just kind of will walk across, but there's like a little sort of potential hover to like her footsteps, like because she's a little bit light, walks a little bit lighter than she normally would.
Okay. My mouse has died. That's
Oh no.
Oh no. I was like, why is my cursor not moving? There we go. As you guys are sort of like passing these words between you, watch as Verna's head turns and sort of glares at all of you, and she puts a finger to her mouth. And as she looks down, you watch as two runic guard on a lower balcony are beginning to walk past underneath you. So I need everyone to roll we're going to do a group stealth check.
Oh no.
Oh god.
You can make up the difference, right? No, I won't, because I rolled a 13. Never mind.
A question.
Yes.
If Zephyr, because I said before I knew that I would have to do the stealth check, if Zephyr's being kind of like a little floaty right now, do I have to roll with disadvantage on stealth?
Are you wearing your armor?
She is, but
Then-
she's
then
not walking.
Unfortunately, yes.
Boo. Fine.
I got a 3 with disadvantage, so it's going well.
Okay, and then so that's a 7. I rolled a 17 the first time. Boo.
Yeah, you watch as Nim steps in the wrong place and a piece of dislodged stone like begins to tumble off the roof and slams into the ground behind where the runic guard had just walked. And you watch as all their heads sort of turn up and a large lantern sort of sweeping across. From where they are, yeah, I would say you have enough common sense to sort of step back and cling to the wall. And like a moment passes. And then they begin to sort of peer closer and closer. Huh. You guys are so lucky. Cool. As their eyes begin to move up, and they're almost narrowing on where all of you are, there is a distant shout of a voice in front of them, and all of their heads turn, and they begin to move towards there. And at the volume this shout is, you can tell that it begins to like echo a little bit. And then even when they're gone, it seems to linger in the air. And as you all look, Kasvira has her fingers to her mouth, and there's a small piece of metal that's sort of glowing with this iridescent sparkle of lightning. And she sort of looks at Zephyr, winks a little bit, and then tosses the piece of metal because it's now no longer useful. And then continues on her way.
Nim like mouths. Sorry.
The passage widens into a round chamber that's been carved into the mountain face. And here the roar of the city has been muted, replaced with a slow creak of little pieces of metal, and the longer you're standing there, you hear like a distant hum of small pieces of metal turning. The room that she's led you into is a nest of stone with maps pinned to the walls with little steel nails and strings of thread crisscrossing between sigils and different names. There's a low table with what looks like sketches and half-finished devices with runic symbols over them. There's a kettle forever steaming over a faint blue flame that's giving off no smoke. Dangling from the ceilings are crystals that have been bound with fine wire that catch and bend the light. And as you look up, you can see a large wooden beam that sort of arcs into the stone, and through a gap in piece of where this mountain wall is, you can see a large gear, and through there, a mirrored piece of metal. And you realize that the large daylight mirror that you'd seen above you is this piece, and you're looking at the back end of it. In the corner, there's a very narrow cot and a trunk, and along the wall you can see racks of different worn cloaks and pieces of gear. Nim, as you're looking around the room, high mounted on the ceiling wall is a long piece of beautifully varnished wood, and at one end there is like an arcing, almost curling piece of metal that's been sharpened to a point that has a long blade that soaks into part of the wood. And there's a way that's been made that is very reminiscent of a glaive. Some of the glaives you've seen, especially the ones that you liked, were double-ended. This looks more like a spear, but not, because you can slash with it. And it's only because of the ones that you're interested in is your eyes immediately sort of fix upon this weapon that's been mounted on the wall. And as you will walk into the room, you watch as Veyron moves part of her hand, and the entire gap in this mountain wall closes to form a seamless piece of stone, as if there was never a hole there. And she moves over to the kettle, moves it around a little bit, and then sits on a chair and sort of gestures at the array of strewn pillows that sort of sit on the floor. Please, please sit. I would feel so bad. We can actually talk here, so...
A nice little hideout you got here.
Yeah, it's
You just see Callum just walk up to the door, just like seeing if it's actually like ethereal or not.
It is pure stone, and I would say that you didn't hear any gears or shifting of stone. This was magic for sure.
Ooh. Zephyr still like kind of fretting over her appearance and stuff, but in this way it's more of a she like sits down and was like trying to make herself as small as possible, I suppose.
Okay. As she's sitting there, she sort of scoots her chair a little closer, and in that moment, the ethereal beauty is a little bit broken as you hear like the and she looks a little awkward, and you can the rest of you can sort of tell like the little bit of Zephyr's awkwardness sort of shining through, and she's sort of like inching the chair a little bit closer, and then like puts her hands together and sort of leans on them to look at you a little bit more, and then reaches out and sort of softly touches the circlet that's on your head, and then like takes her hand back really quick.
I think when the chair like makes the little squeak, Zephyr like can't help but let out like a little laugh. And then when she kind of reaches over, and then like she sees her hand retreat, she's very quick to say like, "Oh no, you can touch."
I wasn't sure if you'd ever find it.
So you did make it?
It was meant to be for you. For if I ever had a child.
And this is me asking because my memories are terrible. The vision that she had of her mum and was the circlet in the vision, or was she actively making the circlet?
The circlet was in the vision at the time. She was
Okay.
making a collar, I believe.
Okay, right.
But yeah, the circlet was definitely in
Okay.
the vision.
So kind of like it was meant to be mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, we found it, and I mean I didn't find it. Somebody else found it, but I think everybody said it was very reminiscent of me, and so I ended up with it. And then she pulls out the necklace, the one that they took from the tiefling, and she goes, "Did you also make this?"
She sort of like moves her head and peers at it, and you see like a flare of recognition. Where did you find that?
We and she kind of describes the place, but it's like all like a jumble of words because like she doesn't associate that memory with the tiefling. She associates that memory with losing Pip. Like she's like, yeah, sorry. And then we've this tiefling kind of came out of it's complicated, but the owner there was this tiefling, and it was something that they wore, and they were gone. They died. And
Well, I'd say that was a long time ago.
but a friend took it, and the last thing she did was pass it to us, to me.
You see, she like looks down a little solemn and steps up and begins pouring out from the kettle some hot water into a teapot. And as she's doing it, you can see like a small tear sort of drips down her face, and she wipes it away.
Who were they to you?
Their name was Alavar. He was my favorite of the Skyrights. He was never like a leader, but he was more interested in the beauty of the world than actually fighting. So that, and he used to turn up drunk to work, so
That sounds like a really cool person to have known.
in a way he saved your life and mine.
My life?
Well, if I hadn't have gotten out, I never would have met your father.
I think that's the first time that Zephyr's even thought about her father, like in this, like since meeting her mom, and she's just suddenly like, oh shit, like dad. And her eyes kind of widen, and she's like, oh okay. What why did you leave me with him? Why did you why couldn't I stay with you?
Well, you see at first she goes to say my and then changes it to our. Our blood is, it's powerful. And if I had stayed, then my brother would have been able to find you. The only other place I could think of was here. And if we were apart, there was no way for him to figure it out. That is, if he was still alive, but at the time I didn't know he was going to come back.
And Zephyr like thinks of the man in the vision, in all the visions she's had, and she says, "Your brother, my uncle,
Sorry.
he's who I think he is, right?"
If you mean the one they call the Stormcaller, which is a little gauche if you ask me, then yes.
Cool. Yeah, and that's the first time she's acknowledged that fact, or the others would have heard that fact.
She like looks down and looks at the rest of you, and it's almost an apologetic glance. Zarius was always noble, honorable. He wanted to fight for our people. He wanted them to have a piece of home. I didn't realize he'd become how he did at first. I mean, the first battle I fought by his side. And then there's like a little glazed look as if she's like replaying that in her head. and then snaps out of it.
And you see Zephyr look to the other two, and she has the same like look of guilt, like of apologeticness to her features, as if not for sorry that this is my this is my uncle, but sorry that I didn't tell you.
Yeah, because obviously for the rest of you guys, it is essentially a bit of bombshell that she's just dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
You'll
there's
see
anything-
that her eyes don't quite meet yours, like when she looks back.
I don't think you got anything to worry about, Seth. It's not like you can choose who your blood are. I'm not exactly one to judge. My idol was Brackle, for God's sake. Look how that
I mean,
turned out.
I had you hiding the fact that I had that weird crown situation. Like, we've all had things that we'd rather not talk about.
When Callan says Brackle, does she react at all to that name?
I'd say there's a little bit of confusion of why you're bringing that person up in conversation. Yeah.
Okay.
He used to be one of the better ones of my order, but he got turned. If you fought in the war, you might remember a certain someone, and I'll kind of like do the kind of like internal thought to see if Erendor wants to kind of like peek his head out.
Make me an insight check.
Sure.
Is the owl hibernating?
That's a 12.
You get the feeling that Erendor is keeping himself as small as possible within you. He's hiding.
Like fearful, or
Yes,
like
very much
No,
so.
okay.
He does not want to be known to this person.
Fair enough. Right, so I've only said that about the Brackle thing to her actually to the face because I was doing the other bit internal. Okay. Right, how do I play this now? I don't know how to say this now. I'm gonna need a second.
See, she looks over the three of you. Is there only three of you? I've heard some things. I expected an army.
There's 5 of us.
Yeah, there's us and she kind of points to the other two and says Callan and Nim, they're the best friends a girl could ever ask for, and there's Persephone and Keenan, they're back at the kind of running keeping up appearances,
You see,
making excuses.
You see, she raises an eyebrow. Keenan, like an elven name.
Yeah, and then she kind of raises her hand to how tall she thinks Keenan is in her head. She's her judgment of heights and things is a little bit skewed now. Just like, yep, yay high. Elven, noble.
I'd say at that there is like a soft hiss.
Oh,
Like almost, and to be fair, as she sort of moves her mouth, you do recognize like 4 slightly more elongated canines, and it's very cat-like, as if you threw a bit of water at a cat.
oh no.
And she like narrows her eyes. Are you sure you can trust
What
him?
with my life?
Okay. Okay, yeah. No, you're right. Sorry. Old habits. Tea.
What aren't you telling me?
We want tea, and she begins to like pour out a small cup for each of you, and they're very like modest like wooden carved mugs, and hands each one to you guys.
And Zephyr repeats herself again, and she says, "What aren't you telling me?"
And it's just our family doesn't have the best history with his people. That's all.
And she hears the his people, and she goes, "Elves or his family?"
Elves.
And she touches her own ears, and she says,
Noble elves.
"My people."
Yes. But your father was different. He thought of everyone. When we first met, he was one of the only people to accept that I was who I was. It was not something I was used to, that's all.
Zephyr nods, like she's softened a little bit at the comment about her dad, but is still very much feeling the like his people are my people like thing of like she wasn't raised like with elves, but she she considers herself an elf before she considers herself a djinn, so
All I mean is, when the war first started, it was because the elves would not allow us access to the elemental planes. And by elves, I mean the nobles. They said it was on their land, so it was theirs to control. Yeah, Zarius did not like that one bit. You could say that was the beginning of the end for him.
see.
But what followed that's not an excuse. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely part of it. I am sorry for the deception. We had to make sure that that they at least felt bold enough to reveal themselves. I like I said before, I didn't know you were here. I didn't mean to put you through that.
It's okay. You've more than made up for it. But you're right. They have revealed themselves. They tried to kill us. We questioned them. One of them. That's how we know who it was. He was one of the ones that tried to kill you. And he named his superior.
Impressive. I've been trying to break the rune for months.
It wasn't pretty.
As she's like saying that, can I try and trace out what I could see before, so she can kind of like have a moment to understand it as well herself?
In
No,
what
broke
way?
the sigil. Like draw like I assume there's like a glyph or some sort that we saw when I broke it to make the guy talk before. Like try and like sketch it out to see if she can get a better understanding of it.
I would say the only thing you saw was that the rune had been inverted, so it would essentially just
Okay.
be upside down.
Okay, I'll just explain that then instead. Okay, no worries. I was wondering if it was gonna be like a puzzle box thing I could like show, but no worries.
You see her eyes sort of widen a little bit at the mention of that, and sort of looks at all of you. And he survived?
Not really.
Oh.
He was able to talk for a moment, but then I won't go into detail.
Yes, I'm sure it was interesting.
And I'll just side over to Zephyr as I say that, just trying to keep it like low key.
Zephyr's definitely like looking very shifty. But like in a like she
Yeah.
feels so much guilt for like crossing the line that she did.
And so I'll roll for it just for RP purposes. Okay. You're as like I assume I'd pick it up with the 13. So what I'll do is I'll in your like head I'll just say sometimes that line's got to be crossed. I'm not going to judge. You've seen what I've done in the past. Don't feel bad.
Just like wordlessly kind of nods, and then looks back at her mom and says, "And now that we know who was responsible, what do we do? You can't just hide forever."
Guerrilla warfare. Strike them from the vents.
I think we need some form of proof. I'm sure the king already knows, but
Well,
he was very interested in the spire. And she sort of like is trying to think of something.
I might have an in on that side of things. When we were at the banquet the other day, some gentlemen said that I might be able to help out with the spire construction that they've been working on. So maybe I could try talk to them and get some intel. Assume it's stuff that you probably already know, because... Or how long have you been sort of laying low?
Only about a week.
Okay. So
But,
I could try that angle if that helps.
It was more that he was, or they rather, were very, very annoyed that I was, offering some adjustments and my opinion on the matter, and they didn't like me interfering, and I think that's what sort of set them off. But there's something, I don't know, he's a politician. He shouldn't have, he's never shown any interest in that sort of thing.
Well, with innovation comes power, and from what I've been told, you are probably the most innovative person around here.
Well,
And politicians don't really like that.
I wouldn't go that far, but I appreciate the compliment.
And I'll just kind of like be glaring over at the tiara or crown or whatever it is that Zephyr wears and just say, that's amazing craftsmanship. Don't talk yourself down. I could never make anything that good. You're just like fanboy for a second.
Maybe he's gonna use the spire for something. Maybe it has to be a certain way to do a certain thing. I don't know. Seems odd that he gets so worked up about Aya.
Yeah, I don't... If we kill him, we risk the clans revolting. He has a lot of pull in that area. But if we can show that the voice only serves himself, then his power will crumble.
Well, he's already gone after us once. So how about we treat this like how I'd hunt prey? I stay as bait, we get proof.
The clans
He's
don't
gonna
really
strike
care
again.
about the death of some wayward outsiders. They didn't care when I died.
No. But if we can catch them in the act again and maybe get another one to talk, might give us some information at least.
Perhaps, but they would just say that they're acting under his orders, and he could fabricate some proof that you had other interests in Cardunor, and I don't want you to put yourselves in that situation.
Can you think of anything that might entice him enough to want to have a meeting of some sort? Outside of letting him know that you're alive, obviously.
I mean, there's a chamber beneath the council hall. He uses it for codices and his office and correspondence and stuff. It's like a vault, essentially.
So in theory, if we could get in there and somehow maybe
I don't know much more about it because he's placed those cards quite close to his chest, but I assume so, yeah. The only other thing I can think of is there's been reports of lately, from everything that I heard in the council meetings, that there are... She sort of looks over at Zephyr, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but there are dark elves being fed weapons and rumors from some unseen hand, causing trouble in the city, crawling out the caverns beneath. You can find some evidence that he's causing that. The clans would definitely... They'd kill him themselves, if I'm honest. There's nothing that the dwarves hate more than elves, and especially dark ones.
Mm-hmm.
And see, she like pauses a minute. And in talking of elves, there are, or I'm not sure if there is, but there were talks of elven spies in the city. And don't get me wrong, I have some beef with the nobles, but these spies were always working to the greater good, so one of them working in the Underrose, maybe they could help.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like raises her eyebrows at all of you. And obviously that's like the little click for all of
Yeah.
you that are like, yeah, we know who they are.
Zephyr looks so guilty. It's just like, I don't know who you mean.
Look, I have to stay here in my eyrie, but
We'll find a way. Clear all this up. So you don't have to stay here all the time. We'll put a stop to what he's been doing, what he's up to. And then she kind of gets up as if to be like we need to like sort this out now. Like she's like I want my mom to be free, kind of way. And she's already like heading back to like the direction which they came from, and then she kind of stops and turns around and goes, actually, and she thinks back to all the trouble that they've had over the last few days, with like the guy that they tried to follow that disappeared in the like tunnel system.
Yeah.
And she, so this is my brain having a like, I don't remember some of these details. But yeah, she says, there's other things that have been happening since while we've been here. And she tries to recount what's been going on, kind of, that they think that there was wait, was the guy that they were following responsible for the death?
it would
No.
you never figured that out.
Okay.
You just knew that he had run at the same time.
Okay, yeah. She kind of brings up the death, and then she goes, and we tried to follow this guy into this weird tunnel system, and then she mentions that there were like drums, and that they just kept getting lost, and there was just no way that they were ever gonna navigate. And she goes, do you know anything of this tunnel system? Do you know, like?
You see, there's like a very coy smile, and then she looks at the way you guys came.
Yeah.
I know a little. I don't know how to navigate it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. The soot ways. Yeah.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Actually, this would be better for you to not go back through the palace. And she sort of stands up and like rolls her shoulders and like looks down at the metallic corset. She's like, it's gonna be a little bit hard in this, but fuck it. She presses. She sort of like walks to the middle of the room, kneels down, and the reason she said that is as she sort of bends over, obviously the metal corset doesn't bend, so she has to sort of arch her back in a way that she can, and presses her palm to the floor, and you watch as small veins of different pieces of dust and material in the stone begin to glow. She sort of stands up, holding something in her hands, and then slams it against the side of the wall. And this is the other side of the room, and the stone begins to shift and morph. And one by one, a small spiral staircase begins to form in the rock as a rolling vibration of thunder moves through it. And looks back at you. And as she's doing all of this, the way she's arched, you can see that holding up pieces of the silks of her garb, she had small metallic bracelets. And as she moves it, a piece of silk moves, and on her skin, there is, there is like a sigil of a spiral seed encircled by 3 growing leaves that forms like a triskelion. And it's glowing as she's doing it. I would normally ask for a religion check, but for Zephyr, although you have stayed away of late of your faith, you are cast back to a time when you were much younger and first hearing about the Lord of Nature and his responsibilities for growth and harmony of the natural world, breathing life into creation, nurturing the balance between the elements. And you're in a parade with your dad, watching a festival in their honor, and on the banner, fluttering in the wind, is a spiral seed with a natural triskelion of 3 encircling leaves. And it sort of brings you back. As this staircase is finished being built, she stands up. You can see she's a little bit paler blue as that energy leaves her body. This leads to the old survey tunnels. They run beneath the ward rings and bypass the palace. You should be okay to get back to the market. Sorry, that just took it out of me a little.
And so kind of rushes forward, holds not like her hands, but like kind of like a forearm kind of area, kind of partly for the need to reassure herself that this is like a real thing, but also just, you know, if her mom needs to brace herself on her or something, and she her hand. So the mark that you said, whereabouts on her arm is it?
It's on the inside of her forearm, like right by her wrist.
Okay. And I think she would like where she kind of holds her forearms, like her hand kind of touches that lightly. And does she do anything? Like, does she shy away from the touch or anything?
No, she just looks at you, observing it, and sort of moves her other hand to hold yours as you sort of touch it. You know, he is real.
He?
I suppose they don't really have a gender, but he prefers a male form. Everyone always goes on about the gods and the Trinity, and especially not many people have the benefit of seeing them take a mortal form, but when you were born, there was a storm like you would not believe. Like it was drawn just by your presence. Like your first breath. And he appeared and said that you were a gift for everyone. And he kissed the top of your head and said you were blessed. And that was the happiest day of my life. You see she wipes
she
away
lets-
another tear, and you should get going anyway. You can come see me anytime you want.
How do I find my way back to you?
She like lifts both hands, touches the circlet, and all of you watch as like this piece of long, tendriling, sparkling static from her heart to the circlet. Just think of me, and I can hear you. As it sort of fades out.
Zephyr, like once it disappears, Zephyr nods, says okay, we should go, and then looks to the others and says, ready?
Yeah. Wonder what the others are actually up to. It's been a while.
Yes. For brevity, we will quickly flip back to a vision of Keenan lounging on a chaise lounge as multiple servants whip around him, just holding a small wine glass. Keenan, you've been keeping these people very busy, with frivolity and passion and maybe a party or two, to distract them from originally an interrogation and a murder, and then just because you didn't really have much else to do, and you want to keep up this appearance of who you're meant to be, but you have at the same time been collecting little gossips and whispers, and every now and then you see one of the Argentum who come to you with the latest report of moving dockyard shipments and things like that. And there's nothing of note that you can tell of at the moment because you haven't had time to properly look at everything. And as you're doing that, the doors open and in strides what state is Persephone in, do you think? As she breaks into his room. If she's here. I'm not sure if she is.
Sorry, I am here. Sorry, I'm feeding my baby. Yeah, I swear. I was trying so hard to unmute, but my hands are full. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry, what was your question?
What
I got
state
distracted.
what state does Keenan find you in as you stride into his rather lavish room?
I feel like she wouldn't be striding in. She'd be bursting through the door, screaming, and then she'll immediately starry form right in front of him.
What?
I woke up and did it. It was weird. I had this crazy dream and then woke up and I was a starry person. I mean, I'm usually a starry person.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're covered in constellations.
But look, now you can see
Anyway,
through me. Ooh.
Have a seat. We must talk. Get some wine, and like he starts waving around to servants to fetch wine and grapes and fruit platters and things.
Yeah, they're immediately instant, like, you're just getting trays of fruit shoved in your face.
What is happening?
Amazing.
And he
Might
reaches
hear
in,
my phone.
hugs Persephone, and then whispers in her ear, "We're a distraction." And then goes back to flouncing and talking loudly, and
she'll like whisper back, being like, "That's great. Look at me. I am a walking distraction." What is happening to me?
Yeah, you are looking
Oh,
at
Right?
the silhouette is very awkwardly still Persephone and her little trip over her tail as she walks in. But you can, it's almost like you're seeing through her at a night sky as she's sort of like moving her hands up and down. You can tell like soft features enough that are outlined with small like little white lining, but aside from that it is full on starry form.
Just look at me, I'm so cool. And I think it's starry sky. I'm so, oh god. And she'll start like rambling, making absolutely no sense to you about Gemini. Being like, he was so cool, and now I'm cool. Look at me. We're so
You've
cool.
always been cool. You just forget
No.
that sometimes.
No.
But looking like that, we could go on the road. We could definitely put like an act together.
What am I? What do you mean?
We could really draw a crowd.
I don't want to draw a crowd. I don't want to. What are you calling me some kind of circus freak?
And he just gestures to what she looks like.
What? How dare you?
I mean,
she has not seen herself in a reflection yet. She's just, all she can see is like when she lifts her hands out and it's like, oh my god. So I feel like part of her doesn't know that it's her whole body. She doesn't know that she's entirely like it. So she's just like, what are you talking about? It's just, I'm cool, right? Look, you can't see my legs or my arms. I'm like almost invisible.
You are positively glowing, and he pulls out like a makeup mirror, and although it's tiny, tries to show Persephone what she looks like.
She'll stare and then scream in like pure horror. Where's my face?
See, cool, but eye-catching. I mean, it's definitely not under the radar.
I don't. What?
You know, it wouldn't take a lot to scry for you. Let's put it that way.
I assume I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what scrying is. I'm a cleric. I'm super smart. And she leans into like one of the people delivering them food and goes, "What does it mean to scry? How does one scry? No? Okay. I know what that is. It's cool. But also, I think I would blend in more like this than I would my normal self, right? Maybe I can just like stand on the roof and people would look up and not see me.
Right? That is,
I mean, as long as it's at nighttime. If it's at daytime, it might look a bit weird.
Yeah. But
you
know,
at nighttime,
you've never been incognito, shine wallflower type person, have you? Like, you've always kind of stood out. So embrace it.
What is that supposed to mean? I'll have you know, I was really shy as a teenager.
Yes,
and
but also
adult,
you are purple. And
I wasn't always purple.
Oh, I thought, are we back to telling people that you weren't always a tiefling?
Ah, shit. No. Who said that? No, I would not say that in front of all these strangers.
You see all of them stop mid-movement and sort of look her way, and then begin moving again.
She used to be a chicken, and then someone cast awakened creature on her, and now she's a tiefling.
Yeah, sometimes I still have the real urge to peck people's eyes out. It's crazy.
Normally,
she catches eyes with one of them and just stares. She's got this crazy look in her eyes. It's crazy. I was crazy once. I'm definitely 100% trying to intimidate this guy for no reason, just for shits and giggles. Are you nearly done, little man? Shh, being noisy.
Keenan, you hear,
Yes.
you feel like a soft tap on your shoulder, and one of the servants bends very far down to talk in your ear. Excuse me, my lord, there are people downstairs who say that they are with you.
Oh, the more the merrier. Yeah, send them up.
Okay. And the
Wait,
quickly,
wait,
like,
wait. Let me
scuttles
hide.
away.
Oh, baby boy, sorry if you can hear him. He's making very weird noises. Oh, good. Sorry, apologies, I'm gonna mute myself.
There's a little bit of a delay before the doors open back up again, and in walks Kalinthar and then Nim, and sort of trailing a little bit further behind, and she seems very absent-minded, is Zephyral.
Seth is gonna try and jump out of nowhere. Thought she was hiding. She's just gonna jump out and go and try and scare them all like a weirdo. But she doesn't look. She thinks she doesn't look like herself.
You do actually make Nim jump a little bit, but she like tries to make herself like look as stoic as possible. Like she's not at all bothered by this. But you can tell there's a little bit of a like, oh,
I'm a constellation.
yes, you are.
Also, hi. How are you? Where have you been? I don't know what's going on.
Zephyr had been like looking a little sad coming in, but like sees starry Seth and like immediately just like goes to poke her and then like stops like just before her like making contact and is like, "You're like even more starry.
I know. It's crazy.
What happened to you?"
I honestly don't know. I kind of freaked out. That's why I kind of went MIA for a while. I woke up like this. You know how like pretty ladies say that? They're like, oh, makeup, please. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. And I was very scared. I thought I was dying.
And Zephyr like looks between like everybody else in the room that isn't Persephone and is like, "Do you think it's contagious? Do you think the rest of us will wake up like this?"
Stefan's gonna walk up to her and go, achoo, right next to her face.
No, Zephyr wants to be starry. You don't understand. She's like, "Oh, okay." like kind of like hugs into Persephone, hopes for the best. And then she goes, "We've been out," and then like looks to Keenan basically to be like, "Can we talk here?" Like, but like doesn't say it. Just is kind of like looking around and yeah.
Keenan clocks it and just does the most subtle of nods, but making sure that Zeph sees. Like, it's a head nod up, as in wait a second, and he's just gonna like yawn and go, oh, "I'm bored. Everybody out. I need a nap. You, and you can stay. The bed's big enough." And he's pointing at the party members.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all immediately just begin to move out of the room, like picking things up that have any dirty cutlery and plates and cups, and are just exit the room. And it's almost like an avalanche of people, and then the door's shut, and this silence sort of fills the room.
Keenan's demeanor changes instantly. So like he's no longer kind of like so effusive. He's just like straight calm. Okay, mission successful. What do we need to talk about?
So the girl that Callan nearly kebabbed with an arrow, dwarven princess.
Wait. He kebab someone? What did I miss?
He tried to
You
shoot.
guys were in a fight?
No, I mean he tried to shoot a young girl.
Princess.
Not that she's young, I guess. I mean, she's young. She's older than me, but she looks younger than me.
I don't know if you can call her young, bub.
But she looks younger than me.
But she's small.
No.
It was very
in that case,
confusing.
everybody here would look younger than me.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, it
Oh,
just
dear.
just dwarven princess. She
Oh, I guess she would have been small because she's a
Yeah.
dwarf.
she knew my mom. She took us for a tour, I guess. And then me and Callan touched a thing, and we got attacked.
You touched what?
I don't.
mean
It
to
was
be
like
that person, but you. What?
It was like a weird feather thing.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
We've been spending too much time together. You touched a
Look,
what?
look, that's
A
not
thing?
that's not
Whose
the
thing are you touching?
that's
Who
not
did
the
this thing belong
important
to?
thing.
Okay,
It was a weird feather, and we had a vision, and like
Okay.
we'll get to that later. But my mum's alive.
What?
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Yes, she is.
I didn't think she was dead.
Oh yeah, you weren't here for that part.
Wait, no, that must have she like immediately so her story form shifts and she sort of like walks over to you and like takes both of your hands and been like, that must have been so traumatic, like going from thinking that she's dead to thinking she's alive and knowing she's alive. And then she like wraps you in this big hug.
And Zephyr just like nods into Persephone's shoulder and is like, yeah. It's been a really weird day. But yeah, we got attacked by a thing. And then she looks back at Carl and was like, what did we get attacked by?
The thing is good enough for me.
Was it the thing you touched?
Was it the thing you touched? Did it belong to the thing you touched?
I think the best way to describe it was a shadow.
Do you want to make an Arcana or a history check? Whichever one's better for you.
Is that to Zeph or me?
To you, yeah.
Yeah, definitely to you. Zephyr would have no idea what was doing.
So it's history or Arcana. They are the same. Do I get advantage if it's about a creature or not?
It's about an undead, so yes.
Cool. I'll go with Arcana because YOLO.
The one time you guys fight undead, I'm not there.
19.
Oh my god. I would say that you are educated enough. You sort of cast your mind back to the days of training and study and all of the different monsters that are out there that hunt the mortal plane. One of which being that if there was a place corrupted enough, you can summon something known as a ghoul, which is essentially an undead remnant of a person who can devour and consume the flesh of people and their souls.
Sort of like a construct of vengeance, in a way.
Yeah, essentially, they're normally drawn to corpses and fields of battle, but if you're
Mhm.
strong enough, you can just summon them to fuck up
Okay.
whoever you want to.
Yeah. So that was a ghoul. Whoever brought it, probably pretty strong, because they shouldn't really be in places like this. Good job we had Zephyr's mum to kind of help us out on that front, because we were looking kind of ropey for a little bit there.
Wait. You actually met her? You said that she was alive. You didn't say you
Yeah.
met her.
Yep.
Yeah,
Was she the lady we thought she was?
She was very tall.
The blue one. Well, obviously. You know what I mean? Was she the fancy lady? I don't remember her name. Was she who we thought she was?
Yeah. She was the king's ward. Her name's what is her name? No, because I keep going in my
Her
head.
name
I'm like,
is Mummy.
Her name is
yeah, her name is Mother.
Her name is
Mother.
Venra Casvira, so it's VAENRYA, and then CASVIR.
Oh yeah, Venra Casvira.
Yeah.
Just
So,
like, yeah.
can we call her V for short? Because there's no way I'm remembering that.
I mean, you'd have to ask her that.
I mean, when referring to her.
Oh,
Sorry,
right.
just refer to her as mum. Not my mum, your mum.
Zeph's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your mum is dead, so that's not an issue.
Wow. That we know
Yeah.
of.
No,
What if
no,
she's
she is.
not?
No,
Yeah.
she
No,
is.
she is confirmed
She
as
is.
dead.
Yeah.
She is,
We
yeah.
confirmed this ages ago. She is.
Okay.
She gone.
So, is she like hiding from the king? Because the king was the one that told us that she's dead.
Oh, Keenan, you're gonna be so envious. You know how we always talked about having a really cool like man cave? Like,
Yeah.
The
Man
city
cave?
is her man cave. It's pretty like you know those mirrors up top. There was
Yeah.
like the room she took us in. It had like a little tea set. It was really cute with like little cushions. But she sealed us up, and you wouldn't know it was there. It was so cool.
Zephyr, no offense, but I may have to marry your mum. Also, sorry, Persephone.
I don't want you as the stepdad. I'm sorry, that would be weird.
Also, you'd have to roll a fucking nat 20 on that persuasion check. She hates your family.
Yeah. Oh, you might want to mention that.
No, Zephyr's not going to mention that at all.
She's just gonna wait until they meet and then be like, "Oh yeah, my bad. I probably should have mentioned."
But yeah, she's going to be like, yeah. So about that, so I think the king knows that she's alive. Like I'm pretty sure, because he was all to his daughter, take them to the balcony, and then we went to the balcony, and then that's when we got attacked.
Nudge, like.
Yeah, kinda. But and then wait, would they have seen
was it
Keenan?
not take him to the balcony, push them off?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Would they have seen Keenan in between the interrogation and leaving?
We left him in the tavern as we.
Yes, you would probably have. Yeah, you probably would have seen him because you guys spent the night at the tavern. So I'm sure you would have.
Okay, so yeah, just so like the safe assumption that Keenan knows that it's the seneschal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah. So the king good, seneschal still bad.
Okay. We on stabby duty. Kill the seneschal.
I mean, I don't think she really wants. I didn't get the feeling she wants us to kill him. Just more prove that he's a bad guy.
Yeah,
She
we kind
faked
of
her death?
got the impression that like killing him ourselves would probably be really bad, but if we
Yeah.
reveal the truth, then it'll probably do like a civil war thing, and they'll just eat him for us.
Because right
Eat
now,
him?
Okay, I like that.
right now he thinks he's telling everybody that the foreigners equals bad, and I feel like we'd be sending a bad message if foreigners were to kill him.
Got you. Got it.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
just to clarify on the princess thing, I didn't know she was the princess when I fired the shot.
I mean,
So you just wanted to
probably
make
shouldn't-
You just wanted
dwarf
to kill
kebabs.
and
I
you just
got you.
wanted to make. You just wanted to kill a small dwarf child. That's rude.
They
That's-
were
I
they
can't
were
believe you.
stalking Zeph. It was weird. Like in the moment, it made sense.
Have you seen Zeth? I'd stalk her too.
Doesn't make it right though, Zeph.
Also, my mum, she's a lot taller than me.
Yeah.
Oh, like how tall are we talking? Like Kozar tall, or like tall?
Way
Or like
taller than
me? I'm not
Which is
very
Wait,
tall.
I forget how
Kozar
tall
taller
goes
than-
on.
He's 6'8".
Like- Okay, how many
I'm
dwarfs, if they were
7
to
foot,
stand on
I'm
each other's
taller.
shoulders, how many dwarfs would it be?
Fun fact: I do
3.5.
believe that Venura is either slightly taller or the same height as Geo from the Exilian Expanse campaign, who is a giant hippo man.
Sorry. Height is wild.
I guess in terms of dwarfs for measurement, it'd be about 3.5.
How many
That's pretty
dwarves
tall.
is she? I would say that she's like two and a bit, 2 and more than a half.
Definitely taller than 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
That's crazy.
She's
And
she's over
Steph is
8
gonna-
foot.
Steph is gonna turn and look at Zephyr right in the eyes and be like, I think that really says something about your character. Not in a mean way, but I've seen the way you look at tall ladies.
No judgment.
Zephyr looks very confused at this point. And then Zephyr kind of goes, like you can see her mind drift off for a bit, and then she kind of looks back and she goes, "Do you think I'm done growing?"
Oh my god! Oh my heart! Oh my heart!
You've definitely got
No,
another growth
girl,
spurt in you.
You
Yeah,
keep going.
Yeah.
We'll
we
make
can
a
measure
chart.
you
We'll start
like
measuring
each
you.
day
Yeah. We'll start measuring
and see if you've grown overnight.
Zephyr's gonna
maybe not
before they leave
overnight.
this place that they're staying at. There's gonna be a height chart next to the door.
Yeah.
It's just one
Amazing.
line that never changes.
Zeph, maybe it's like you have to like go in a storm and then you like absorb the storm and then you get bigger. That might be a
Sounds
thing.
dangerous.
No, but you
Or
don't have to
maybe
like get
it's-
struck
or
by
maybe it's
lightning, but like maybe like you can like channel the storm.
Maybe it's just normal magic, like enlarge.
And then
I don't. Like normal shit. Alan, what?
And then at the mention of the storm,
Yeah.
Zephyr gets kind of like quiet again, and she goes, About that.
About what?
I feel like we shouldn't have any more secrets." And then she like looks back at Nim and Callan kind of like for support, and then goes, "So I've had this feeling for a while, and I got confirmation today. So my uncle is the Stormcaller."
Steph just deadpan.
And then,
Yeah, no shit.
And then she kind of frowns and then goes, "Was the Stormcaller? Is?"
I mean, yeah, no shit. Look, I mean, we all had that feeling, right? It wasn't just me that thought there was some kind of connection going on.
I think there's one thing that's a connection, and then there's like, he's my uncle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, girlie. I thought he were your dad. So I mean, I didn't know who your parents were.
I To be fair, I just kind of assumed because like
Maybe we're racist.
I don't know how much like you've dealt with elves, but like everyone's related to everybody at a certain point.
Are you?
And I just
are we
assumed
related?
with you being blue and like stormy and things that
Yeah,
you were related in some way.
I think we were
Like
just.
Zephyr fully looks at Keen and goes, "Are we related?"
Probably.
Seth also looks at Keenan and says, "We're married. We cannot be related."
Wait,
You're
and-
probably related.
Oh, trust me,
And-
first and second cousins marry all the time, Persephone.
wait.
No.
If we could be
No.
related, then you definitely can't marry my mom.
Yeah, but then he'd have an excuse to call her mommy.
No.
But Persephone, we are related by marriage.
Oh my god! Don't do that. That's not funny. Oh my god, my heart it almost fell out of my
Yeah,
butt. That's not funny.
But yeah, I didn't want to say anything until I knew for sure because I didn't want you guys to hate
I mean,
me.
What? Why?
Seth will walk up to you and just immediately slap your shoulder and be like, "Hate you! I hate you for saying that!" Blah, blah, blah. She like starts like hitting your shoulder really aggressively.
Please stop hitting me.
As if we had like you guys have. We're like a family, right? That's what people say. I don't know. That's what you guys have been saying. No? Who said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone? We're not gonna hate you.
You guys are the
You
closest thing. I've
saved
ever
our
met.
lives. Oh, Callum.
You're weird.
Yeah.
She gives
So-
a little head pat. Oh, Callum.
Um,
I think none of us are gonna judge you. I mean, to be honest, look at our families. I mean, look at Keenan's family, right? His family's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And mine's dead,
Yeah.
so I can't really talk shit.
Actually, I'd say that strangely, out of all of you, I think Nim has the most the
the one we
most
don't know
normal
about.
family.
I was just thinking that, honestly. I was
Yeah.
like, yep.
Yep.
He's the most normal out of all of us.
Yep.
Technically, the closest thing I've got to family outside of you guys is Erendor and the whole Lutharan thing. So technically, my great whatever it is for Lutharan is shattered into 7 pieces across the continent. So
And
um,
Brakul, don't forget that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
technically
yeah.
your great uncle.
oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
I would kill
This is
him.
what happens when you live for a long time. You just
and then Zephyr goes, "Oh yeah, and Brakul, we said we'd get back to the vision," and then
Oh,
she like
yeah.
slaps, she like starts slapping
Wait.
Callan.
cool. What?
Brakul? Why are we talking
yeah,
about weird otter man? He did have
so-
otter.
So
Yeah, right.
you know how I said he wasn't always bad? We kind of
Right.
saw when we touched the feather, the thing that you guys thought was something else, but wasn't.
Wait, you said thing.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it-
carry on.
Look, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going on today. Just
Just carry on.
yeah.
Brakul?
So we saw a vision of Brakul and Lutharan, and then there was this big flash, and then it was a little bit confusing. I like thinking back to like when we found that first shard. It might have been when that happened because Erendor got a little bit weird. It's yeah.
As
don't-
you say that and you like talk about the flash and whatever this thing was, Steph's hand is gonna instinctively sort of lay on her bag
Mhm.
and she's gonna glance at Keenan and then go,
Yep.
uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I see
It's
that?
not cool.
Yes, you may. Actually, no. What we're gonna do is, Persephone, I need you to make a sleight of hand, and then Kalanthar, if you make a perception check. And what this is to see if you can catch yourself in time before he notices what you're doing.
I'll just say good luck. I rolled a nat 20 for a 22.
I Wait, for a 22, what's my... you beat me by 1.
Oh
I
my
rolled a
god.
19 for 21.
Yeah, so as this conversation's going on, Calenthar, with the mention of like the vision in the vault and now the vision that you guys had there is like you watch as Persephone's eyes like flick over to Keenan and her hand moves to where her satchel is and almost like protectively
100%
So,
protectively.
Callan, let me get this straight. Your spirit owl guardian that lives in you, but also in the dream world, that sometimes pulls out claws and, like, in special occasions, comes down and drops people out of the sky. Got a little bit weird. Like,
I see where you're going
weird.
with that. Yeah, I was like, where is he going with this? Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe weird for him.
Yeah, we've all got our own thing, Keenan. Like,
I'm just saying, we are all weird. We've all
Been
had
weird.
the very strange days, and it sounds like you've just had one of the days that is becoming normal for us as a party.
I think, like, as like I'm talking this over with Keenan, I'll just say in Persephone's head, "You hiding something there?" Just to
Steph
see if
won't
I get
say
any
anything.
reaction
She
out of her.
won't. She'll just look at you and smile. She won't say anything back. She'll just look at you and smile.
Make me a deception check.
Deception.
Okay, I'm so good at those. I actually don't know if I am good. Where did my dice go? I put it back. Haha. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Where's my +3? Okay. Maths is hard. 18.
Callan, you can't tell if she doesn't know what you're talking about or if she is hiding something. It does sort of switch to an almost poker face. But I would say you are suspicious.
Yes. Yeah.
She's been sus.
It's not really the time. I'll be saying this in her head as well, just to not alert the others. I'll just go, well, you're clearly hiding something, but it's not the time to talk about it now. A lot's happened. But I think we should talk at some point.
Steph will respond to this one. But she'll still have the
You can only respond out loud. By the way.
No, she will. She doesn't fucking care, dude, because she'll just straight up. She's like, nah, you want to fucking talk shit? Don't be a pussy. She'll still be wearing the same sort of poker face.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, some things are best left unknown.
Wait, she says this out. She says this out loud.
And she's like looking straight at Callan as she says it, and then she'll be like, you'll see like her happily like bubbly personality drop because she's so serious about this thing, and her face is like stone cold, and she's like almost snarling when she says, "Next time you want to say something to me, use your fucking mouth." And she'll like put her smile back on, like nothing happened. I'm like, anyway.
I was just trying not to make a scene, but fair enough. Next time I'll bring it up
full on like looks at Nim and it's just like, help. They're fighting.
And Nim like looks
Mom
back
and
at
Dad
you
are
like,
fighting.
I don't know what the fuck is going. Just Nim and Zephyr having this very confused look at each other, like, what the fuck is going on?
Like as you guys are like looking at each other, Zephyr's just like rocking like a child back and forth on her heels, like nothing's happened, like she's just carefree.
So of interest, what happened with the when we touched the feather thing in the balcony? Did it disappear or did it?
Yeah, it was gone.
Stay? Okay.
Yeah. Zev kind of looks at the rest and she goes, so yeah, we need to get rid of the seneschal so that my
What
mom
is that? Can I ask? Because I have no idea.
A seneschal is like the assistant to someone important, usually.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Okay.
glorified PA.
Do we
Yeah,
have
pretty much.
Do we have their name, or just their title?
Just their title.
He's like Jafar.
Yeah,
Is that-
essentially, this is a
Yeah.
Jafar situation because there is a magical blue person.
There's a genie in a sense.
This is a
Do you know what?
Jafar
I hadn't put that together
situation
until
where-
just now. Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
And yeah, she's like, so my mom can be free, because her mom is basically a genie in a lamp
Genie, yeah.
situation right now.
Like you said, because she can be free. I'm like, okay, maybe she is the genie. What's happening?
I mean, she has like the cushions on the floor thing going on, you know, like I Dream of Genie.
She's gonna emerge and immediately go to Aladdin version of Disneyland or whatever like puts the goofy hat on. Like what? Yeah, so she can be free. She mentioned like a network of elf spies. I didn't really
Oh,
have the
Keenan.
heart. I didn't really have the heart to tell her that was you. Yeah.
Good shout. Not
Yeah.
telling people that.
Yeah.
I'm a spy. Yeah. But what can we do? How do we get rid of the seneschal? I mean, guy tried to kill us, so I'm happily to bring that bastard down.
Can we not just, return the favor with the whole?
I thought you
tried
said we
to kill
weren't going
us,
to kill him.
tried to
I
kill
thought
you.
No,
you
we
guys
can't.
said
We
we
can't
were not
kill
killing
him.
him. Yeah, guys, listen to her. Jesus.
He thinks that non-dwarves. He's telling everyone that the non-dwarves are bad. We can't prove.
Could I do something sus and become a dwarf and then kill him? I just mean I can change what I look like. Can I be a dwarf and then murder him? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
I mean, in theory, yeah, but like,
Still doesn't solve your problem? Okay.
I quite like the idea of making his own people turn against him. I think there's a sweet irony in that.
Could we?
It's kind of like poetic justice to that. I mean,
could we just ruin him then? Like with a, big fancy people like that with like scandals and stuff.
Forged papers. I mean, there might even be real papers that we can find.
Could pretend to be him and do something scandalous. I don't know. I'm not a spy man.
We did find out about his like meeting room. That's kind of like a vault. So, Keenan, would you like to do a heist? Would you like to heist?
A vault with secrets in? I'm there. Where do we go?
I'm there.
She doesn't really have a lot of information about it. She just knows it exists.
Yeah. So to recap, she gave you that there were elven spies that were planning something in the city, and she wasn't sure what that was or if it affected the seneschal. There was the rumors of drow being weaponized to
the dark elves
cause trouble in the city as well. And if you could link that back to him, then that would be a massive scandal, and they would probably kill him. And then there was also the vault that she mentioned that's beneath the council chambers in the palace, but she's not sure how to get in there or how it works, because that especially he plays very close to his chest.
I mean, well, if we want to find out what the elves are up to, we can just ask. And Keenan is going to go to the door and shout for his seneschal.
Yes. You watch as a doddery old man with a briefcase, like a load of like long, like too much material robes and like a weird wonky hat, just walks in as if he's got his key to the next room. And as you shout that, his head sort of whips around in like bright eyes that look exceptionally crazy. And then he's like, oh, and sort of drops the case. And as that happens, you once more see the shimmering form of the scribe as she reveals herself in a slightly taller, the tumbling ginger hair. And you see now she's wearing a lot more, whereas before it was quite formal and fancy. This is quite practical clothing. She's wearing like a cinched leather corset with small daggers sheathed in it. She has like a small short sword attached to her hip, and sort of looks your way and begins bounding her way towards you.
Zephyr enthusiastically waves at her, because she made Zephyr ginger and white earlier. Which is so wild.
Excellent. Above table, I've forgotten her name. Can you remind me, please?
Above table, me too. Her name is. No idea where I put it.
I like, even though like you've described
Steve.
her, I fully like imagine her as Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls, like the assistant to the mayor.
That's funny.
Is it just the cloak, or did we actually get her actual name?
I feel like I did give you her name, and
I
I
feel like
completely
we did
forgot
get her
where I
name.
put it.
I feel like we did. The initial introductions.
Yeah. Nope. Man, I really need to reorganize my notes.
Is it Glasswing? Or was that the...
No, Glasswing was the person
That's-
she sent with you.
And then we had Inkleaf, which was the ledger. Quill, was that it?
I feel like Quill was.
Quill was one of them. I don't know which one it was, though. Because we said, when we arrived at the Accent Anvil, we were greeted by an elf called Quill, who talked to Keenan and then said that they arranged the suite on behalf of Eleanor. I guess
Could
that
be
would
Quill then. Let's assume it's Quill for now.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Quill. Come in. Have a seat. We have some pressing business. The King Seneschal, racist, megalomaniac, tried to have us killed, tries to get outsiders killed, hates the elves. We are coming up with a plan to ruin him, remove him from his position, ideally by his own people. We've done a bit of investigating on our own behalf, and I am wondering whether there are any active missions involved around that, or indeed investigating the dark elves that are infiltrating the city.
Well, yeah, we've been monitoring some parts of the Seneschal's movements, only because he's one of the most influential people in the city. There's been a couple of key officials that have gone disappearing lately, and some things are going down, I guess. But we were actually here for something else. I don't know if I should say it in front of these people.
What do you mean, these people?
You see Callan like do the whole like toddler thing of putting his hands over his ears and just going la 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 in the corner.
Tess does not do that. She's stubborn.
I think they can be trusted. Like, they won't betray us intentionally. They could be a little bit loose-lipped, but they'll be very careful if we tell them to be very careful, won't you guys?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Only if he tells me what he meant by these people.
Her name
And
is
they understand it's for the greater good.
her
so
name is
we'll-
Silvara, by the way. I just found it.
Oh, I did have it in my notes, but it just wasn't. Very
Yeah,
thing.
they understand it's for the greater good, so they will know to keep their mouth shut about what you discuss here.
Right.
That is
Well,
just glaring at him.
well, as you know, tensions in Ixalara have grown a little. Well, a lot. The impending war has put a lot of strain on things, and we're hoping that if we can track the right cell of this, they're basically a cult. They call themselves the Shattered Storm. We tracked a bunch of them here.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
these
Okay.
motherfuckers again?
Yeah, they're hunting something to do with the information, is always scrambled, and they probably end up killing themselves before we can get to them. So the best we can tell is they're linked to some disappearance in the Undercity. In the city, and we think it has something to do with whatever's going on with the Dark Elves. The last thing we heard was a communique between them talking about something to do with the Sixth Tempest, and we were using a lot of the trouble we've been causing to map out the tunnels and the Undercity access points, and steal the odd thing whenever we felt like it.
Above table, quickly. Were the Shattered Storm was the shit, my brain. From the first session. Was it the first session?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
With the druidic
Yep.
symbol.
Helio
Okay, just double
spiral.
checking. Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just double checking it was the same thing. Okay, cool. That's why I was like, these motherfuckers again. Thanks. Sorry, carry on.
And
Wait,
you can tell that she has some inkling that you guys have been around this, but she has no idea that you guys know as much as you do.
Wait, the thing where the thing right at the beginning where they had the heavy.
Yeah,
the heavy
crystal.
crate with the
Ah,
helium
yeah.
spiral
lift,
on it, and
Yeah.
that only you could
Yeah.
lift up.
Yeah, and they were doing some stuff in the city, and then they had sent some letters to the bandits, and they were causing
Mhm.
sabotage,
Yep.
and they gave the inkling towards the vampires to start their
Yep.
assault to capture people, and
Wow. Assholes.
So Keenan is going to flick through his notebook and skim over the naked etchings. Back.
you
Back
see,
to the
as you're doing
Helios-
that, she sort of like puts her finger on one of them, and she's like, "Is that you?" And then keeps moving it.
He's an artist.
There's one of all of us,
Huh?
whether I've seen them naked or not. It's been created. But scrolls back through and then shows her the sketch he made of the Helio spiral, and asks if they've come across that, and explains that we think that's the symbol that they've been using.
Yeah, one of them had it on his head before I cut it off. So, yeah.
I like you.
I mean, before I had someone else cut it off, because I am a strictly administrative position.
Did you cut the head off or just the tattoo?
Yes.
Brilliant answer, but cool.
Both. Well, we didn't want to keep the head, but I needed to make sure we kept the symbol, and I didn't have any paper to hand, so I just,
You skinned him?
a little
What, a
bit.
patch?
It was like a light skinning.
Just
You
of the tattoo,
scalped
when
him,
you've got no other way
basically.
to record it, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are so dark.
Oh, you should have seen our torture
Oh,
episode. Me and Zeph went ham.
That is true, by the way. If
that shit got dark.
yeah, you guys should go back and watch it because it's fucking terrifying. There was acid on balls. There was alchemist fire around his neck that eventually was set on fire. Oh, honestly.
I am so proud.
That's not so proud.
So perhaps we start then, and this is an open question to everybody. Perhaps we start by investigating this cult and trace it that way, see if we can find any links back to the Seneschal. In the Undercity, if you wouldn't mind telling us so far and where the entrances are that you found.
Well, we call it an Undercity. Essentially, it's just a load of, I believe they call it like a sootway, but that seems a little
It's like
derivative.
Sootways.
where we were before.
Yeah, it's like a series of tunnels that run beneath the city.
We saw somebody escaping into them.
You said you would mapping them?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't got very far, but we're getting there.
I'm pretty good with maps. He's pretty good at maps. She points at Gallon. We're pretty good at maps.
You have
can we look at
to
your map?
understand there are a lot of them. We've been doing this for a couple of weeks and we've barely scratched the surface. So
I
know, but any little helps, right?
We've been in them there.
We have. We heard some drumming when we were in them.
Someone's having a party.
Yeah, I don't know if any of our agents have heard the same when investigating.
When he says we, only one of us, and she points at Zephyr, heard them. So she could either be going crazy, no offense, or someone's down there having a rager.
Well, we didn't hear any when we came back through them earlier today, so it could have just been like a one-time thing, or she could have
back through the sootways on the way back.
Yeah,
Or was that like a different...
she made a staircase down.
She from what you could tell is she basically made an access point to one of the tunnels that she knew went to that tavern, and just sent you down there. It was essentially a massive version of the Mold Earth spell.
Hope she had enough like juice left in the tank to close it up after, because that could be really awkward. Might just leading it straight into your hideout.
I mean, we could start back where Zeph first heard the drums. See if we hear them again and kind of.
Wait, do we want to go? Do we really want to go towards the drums?
I don't know.
Well, party sounds drumming.
Party sounds kind of like.
Is that something cool. Like?
I mean,
that we know that cults do. And do you guys have experience with cults? She looks straight at Keenan.
I may have started a cult in my time.
You're the cult leader type.
Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely got that. Like, I had followers at some point vibe.
Right, and he has that like snarky look about him. It's like people follow me.
Any of you guys have all seen Umbrella Academy?
Yes.
It's such Klaus vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board with it. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep. Free love.
Who does?
Keenan does.
Oh,
with like cult leader vibes.
No, I can see it. Yeah, that makes sense.
With Keenan, I think it was like he started out with a polycule, but then there was just too many members. It became a cult.
100%.
I also feel like maybe it started off accidentally, like you just started off by complimenting one person that just kept following you around.
And the ritual was just the jealousy between all the members.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I started by having a few lovers, and then they had lovers, and before I knew it, we were in a cult. And then the rituals, and he does like air quotes, were just us partying under the moon with a bonfire and good music and dancing naked.
Orgies. Yeah, they were your backyard orgies. Okay.
There weren't any pointy hats involved, were there, Keenan?
There were no clothes at all involved, so yeah, no hats.
As long as there was no blue Kool-Aid, all good. Zephyr will go. As much as I'd like to know about the drums and why I was the only one who could really hear them,
I mean, you've got better
I-
hearing than we.
I don't think I don't think that they'll lead us to
You don't think it's relevant?
the
It's not related.
Seneschal. Maybe we could circle back to that later. And she's like,
Yeah, cool.
I'm just really
Yeah,
keen
cool.
to get the
Obviously, yeah. For your mum, 100%.
Absolutely.
Family
I
first.
was just kind of hoping it would lead us to the cult, but yeah, it kind of makes sense now you say that. Probably not.
We've seen him. He doesn't look like a drum man.
What does he look like? Just because I have no idea.
It's
Is he, like,
fancy,
super
he's like a
snooty?
fancy dwarf.
He's super snooty.
Yeah, he's he's quite
He acts taller than he is.
He's slightly.
Oh.
He's like on the top end of dwarves in terms of height. But yeah, he is a
Still
dwarf.
short.
Sort of grey hair tied back.
How does he hold himself? Like he's better than everyone?
There is an air of chin raised up slightly. Yeah.
Ugh. Hate him.
Does he hold a
Let's kill him,
staff
I mean.
that's shaped like a snake?
Does he have a bird?
It's
A
just got a
parrot.
cane that's got like a snake carved into the side of it. We just didn't notice.
Has a
He could
has a
start
red
off
bird.
really small and just start the rumor that he's got elfin heritage, which is why he's taller than other dwarves.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I said. I could quite literally pretend to be him and do something scandalous.
I mean, I would happily do
Don't
anything
make out in the
scandalous.
street
You could
while I'm
disguise
looking like
me as
him.
him.
what?
And
I
I
can't.
will.
I mean, I can give you my hat and you can go do something. So
don't we
it's kind of a part of it. I can't do it on my own. I need the and she's like playing with her hat. I can't. Without this, I can't transform into other people.
Keenan,
just think-
what if we made him like really be like invested in loads of like mistresses and spread loads of stuff
I
about
thought
him
you were
in
gonna
town?
say.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
I just think that he's already probably guilty of a lot of things that we don't really
We
have
don't have to
invent.
fabricate stuff.
Yeah.
We just need to find the evidence.
It can't
Yeah, but that's
hurt,
the
though.
problem. That's the problem. The problem is finding it. Because if he's a secretive man, and
But
your
I-
mother couldn't get the actual proof that she needed.
But I mean, Keenan's also a very secretive man.
I don't know what you mean. I have no secrets
I know
at all.
plenty about him.
I'm just saying, if
I know that his middle name is
if
Steve.
I were a betting person, which I'm not, that's a lie. She's got a taste for it. If I were a betting person, I would put money on our secretive man over their secretive man.
What does that mean? Are we going to make them fight? What do you
No,
mean?
I just mean Keenan could find out more secrets about him than yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Just a quick above for everyone. Are we planning on staying in the tavern, like catching up for the whole day, and then like starting tomorrow, or?
Ben, I have no clue what's happening right now.
I know.
I'm mainly asking because I want to make my Steel Defender for something, and I want to make a cute moment out of it, but I didn't want to like do it if we're not going to have time. That was
What time
what
is it
time of
in
day
the-
is it?
Yeah.
So you started in the morning. I would say it's about 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We won't go anywhere.
Okay.
Start tomorrow. Start with a fresh day.
Once we hash things out, I'll like retire to my room for a little bit, and then I'll be tinkering away, and I'll come back. But we'll sort that
Yeah,
out.
we can spend the rest of the day putting the feelers out for more info.
Figuring
and
out what we're
things.
gonna do.
Yeah.
I know you said that you want to do it sneakily, but it's bet our sneaky boy against their sneaky boy. I'm dumb. I'm not very intelligent. I don't know what that means, and this is not in character. This is me. I don't know what that means.
So I will just say my strongest weapon, which is, smooth talking people, isn't super effective in this city. I don't know why. Because normally
you're
people
an
love
elf,
me.
boy. It's because you're an elf.
Yeah.
And clearly they don't like elves there, like she just said. Like.
Yeah. And that's kind of my point, is gathering information. You genuinely need people to like you and want to give you information.
I know,
Like-
but
Yeah, but can't you, if you take my hat, you can still use your charm and look like someone else.
But I won't be as pretty then.
You can make yourself a pretty dwarf. I'm sure they exist. Just because I haven't seen one doesn't mean they're not real. Like unicorns.
That's racist.
I mean, earlier they said, yeah, we suspected he was related to you because you're both blue.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Yep.
kind of hint that we were.
Yep.
So,
Oh my god, Keenan, we're racist.
We are racists, yeah.
no wonder my mother hates the elves.
Yep.
But I think Keenan's subconsciously racist. Like, he thinks he isn't because he'll sleep with anything.
Yeah,
Right.
privileged. I
That
think it's
just
like
thinks she's connecting dots. That's just. Oh my god.
Well, if Keenan's charm doesn't work, I could always try and talk to those guild.
I really thought you were going to say
Craftsman that
I
I
could
spoke
always
to
torture
before.
someone.
I'm not as smooth talking as him, but they were kind of impressed with my little inventions last time.
We could definitely start there. I'd quite like to talk to them as well, on a unrelated to our current dilemma situation.
What situation?
Do you think if we spoke
These glasses that I found that I couldn't
right,
identify.
okay.
Do you think if we spoke to the princess, she might have or know somebody that has knowledge of the soot ways?
I wouldn't mind
I think it's
betting that
worth
she
an
knows a
ask.
little. I reckon she probably knows a bit about them herself.
I-
Because if she's not allowed to leave most of the time, and she was sneaking around in there.
I mean, when you're
She-
I mean,
told that you
you
can't
said
leave
you're-
somewhere, you find other ways to
She
leave.
she found
Yeah.
her way to us and was able to
She was pretty
move
sneaky
around.
herself.
I like this plan, and you said your mum knew a little bit about them as well. So if we pool our knowledge, so Safara and our elves have some information where they've been mapping it out, and if we pull that with what the princess knows and what your mum knows, we might get a bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
We need to draw a map. If we have
yeah,
one
I
of their
guess-
maps, and then we can maybe
Um,
put all the puzzle pieces together and have an actual map.
so yeah, if we're using the afternoon to kind of make preparations and stuff, I think Zephyr would want to go back out to see if she can make contact with her new friend,
Who's her new friend? Oh, her
the
mum.
princess.
Oh, the princess. I was like, I thought it was her mum. Your mum and I can be friends.
Yeah, as everyone begins to sort of split off to do their thing, how are you going to try and find her?
Zephyr's gonna ask Keenan Seneschal, whose name I've already forgotten.
Safara. She's called the Scribe, if that makes it easier.
Scribe, yes. If she could once again help her with fun little disguise. And we'll try and follow the same way that they went through earlier. And just kind of hope for the best, really.
Okay,
Like-
make me a... Make me a... it's not persuasion because she will do this for you. But make me a performance check,
Oh, no.
and this will determine just
Not
how.
20.
Okay. So this is going to determine just how convincing a disguise she can give you, and instead of sort of like slightly tinkering with some things, you watch as she sort of like smirks to herself and begins moving her hands together, like rubbing them. And as she begins to cast the magic, and you see this like almost golden green light move around you, and like the scent of honeysuckle in the air, your body begins to like spark as the static connects with the magic and almost enhancing it. And we sort of watch as the camera pans past both of their figures and out the other side as a sort of young dwarven woman is standing there. You have a like softly kept beard, like beautifully braided hair. You're very stocky and short, and she's sort of like clapping her hands. I'm good. I am very good at this, and like looking you this way and that, as she has disguised you as a young dwarven woman.
It's just like, looks at the mirror and is like, oh my god, I'm so short.
Keenan looks at Callan
like,
and says, "Do not shoot her. Do not make her a kebab."
Yeah.
One time.
I don't know. You and your arrows have got us into many a sticky situation.
To be fair, I didn't shoot her. I shot the wall with a message, same as I did with the hunter guy. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, and that got us almost killed.
He was gonna catch up to us eventually.
But yeah, so she's gonna venture. How long did she tell her how long this will last?
It is a disguised self, so it is an hour.
Okay, so yeah, Zephyr's gonna make haste and run as fast as her little legs will carry her.
Yeah, you do notice that your position is the same, but you can actually see the bottom of your head as you're running. It's almost like your actual form is invisible, but everything else moves in the same way. And as you're running down the street, you sort of like your form. You watch part of your imaginary torso like brushes through somebody, and they also like look the way you go and like wonder why you didn't bump into them. As you just like keep going, the little legs like running down the street. You have realized you have to be very careful because it is an illusion. You have to be very careful about like interaction with people. You make your way up towards the palace, and as you approach the guards, they sort of nod their head and move to the side as you're there to explore the Guardians. So you just find yourself in the palace gardens once more.
And she was trying to go like on her way. Was it the palace gardens where we saw the like the tiles?
Yeah, so that was in like a small greenhouse to the side of the large palace doors. So yeah, you can move your way into that area for sure. Yeah,
she's gonna check that out first. Just kind of retrace the footstep, like the kind of journey that they went on before. Just kind of like poking her head round. Yeah, she's also having a lot of fun with this as she goes around. But yeah, she has one very specific goal.
Yeah, so you make your way through the greenhouse. You sort of check a quick look towards the tiles, and whereas before it was a little solemn reminder, there's a little like spark inside you as you look at the tiles, and you're reminded of the woman not too far away from where you are now, although through stone and stairs and a roof. And you begin making your way towards where she had led you towards a greeting room and up some stairs. And at first, as you're looking around, make me a stealth check, please. I would say this would be a straight roll for you.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Stealth. Done the wrong thing. So you said a straight, like, D20
Yeah, just
check?
a straight stealth check.
Oh, straight stealth. Okay, sorry. Go away. That's a 19.
Nice. Yeah, you see a couple of guards and quickly duck back the other way. You don't see her in this room, and you're thinking to yourself, you go up the stairs towards the balcony room, and looking around, make me a perception check.
Zephyr, what do your currently dwarven eyes see? Perception. Yeah. That's a 25.
Okay. We watch as this young dwarven woman enters into the balcony. And at first, as you're like looking around, like peering, trying to find where she is, you don't quite see anything until the last second you look up, and you just did it out of curiosity. You sort of like moving around, and you thought, oh, I never got like a good look at this beautiful 4-poster bed, and you take a moment to just like observe it, like this is where she sleeps. And as you're doing that, out of the corner of your eye, you look up, and pinned like each hand to the sides and the legs supporting her in the roof part of the 4-poster bed is Thresda with a small dagger in one hand and her elbow holding her up in like Mission Impossible style, ready to pounce on whoever this person is. But luckily you rolled so high that you get a good look at her first before she is about to like let go and jump on top of you.
And she just kind of looks up and is like, and she just goes, "It's me."
Yeah, I'd say like this like quite surly but young woman form, and then out of it is quite the lilting voice of Zephyr. And you watch as her reaction goes, ah, and then like just brings all of them in, so she's like a big cannonball and just bounces into the mattress before like spreading herself back out again. Hi. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you with the. That's impressive. You look like some of my people that I'd know at school. Like this is.
Yeah, it's wild,
impressive.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do this, so someone else helped.
I didn't know who it was, so I hid.
No. It's yeah. I think with everything that's been going on, it's very understandable.
Yeah, well, Dad kicked a guard off the balcony the other day, so.
How often does that happen?
Oh, not often. The guard spat on him, so he kicked him off the balcony.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, one of his guards?
Yeah.
Why?
He was still angry about the whole like bringing an outsider here. She's, that. Yeah.
Right.
It's fine though, because we've got rid of like a couple of them already. So. But not like killed them. Like he just broke a couple of his legs. So.
Oh. A couple of his legs?
Yeah,
so
he
all
broke
of his
both
legs?
of them.
Yeah.
We're not very light, so when we fall, it's quite a heft.
Yeah. No, makes sense. Right. Sorry. I came to talk to you a little bit more. Obviously, things got a bit crazy earlier. With the whole thinking Mum's dead, and then she's not dead, and then go into a little pocket universe place. Um,
Oh, it's not a universe. She can just like make holes.
oh,
in it.
I've never really. I'll take your word for it.
She can like
I
move
don't.
the stone. I think that's why Dad likes
Oh,
her so much.
oh, that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a her thing or a Jin thing. I'll ask her later. I wanted to talk to you. So I don't know if you heard when we were talking earlier, and we were saying that we knew it was the seneschal who did all the bad things. You know, sending people after her, sending people after us.
Yeah, he always kind of skeeved me out a little bit.
Yeah. My mom, and you kind of see her like still kind of tripping over the word. She mentioned that he has like a chamber, like underground somewhere.
I mean,
You
maybe.
okay? I wanted to like just kind of talk to you a little bit more about like the sootways and you know like the getting around this place. You seem like somebody that has potential knowledge about that, just getting around without
I
people seeing.
yeah, I mean, I can sneak out every now and then, and I'm getting a little bit better at it. But most of the stuff I've learned from books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll a history check
Okay.
for her,
Mm-hmm.
and um, can you see my camera?
Yes.
Pick a color of dice.
Oh, so many. Green? Is that green? I can't.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll a history check. I would say, a DC 10. She can just give you like the overall sort of history of it. If she hits a 14, she can give you a little bit more information about some access points.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say once we're getting to like 16 to 20 and above, well, we can't go above. Well, actually, what is her history? +2, so we can go above 20, I guess. And above 20, we'll have some like secrets and some sensitive knowledge.
Okay.
So let's see. That is a 10. So she sort of explains that during the early expansion of the city, the Sitways were originally made to sort of well, originally they were made to vent some of the heat from the early forges, because there wasn't anywhere in the mountain to sort of send the heat, and it was causing a problem. So all of the smoke and the heat needed to go somewhere. So rather than going up, they sort of made them go down instead, and then put them through the natural access outside the mountain and into the sky. Some of them were also built to channel air as well into the mountains, so that everyone didn't die. Because aside from the massive gates into the mountain, there's not much else in terms of access for fresh air. And so that's how they got their name, because some of them are covered in soot. Nowadays, the more efficient systems have been built to sort of vent everything. The sootways aren't used anymore, and nobles don't really speak of them. She hasn't really known much a bit about it. They're considered not that important.
Mm-hmm.
Her, on the other hand, she knows one that can go from the palace library to around about the tavern, and that's the same one that your mum connected you to. She tells you that some of them connect to some obsolete armories that don't really have any weapons in them anymore, and some lower administrative vaults where they keep some records. and there's a rumor that some people use them to transport supplies if they don't like. Maybe a little smuggling goes on, but aside from that, she doesn't really remember much else other than that to
Okay.
sort of help you. And she looks a little bit like apologetic that she
No.
doesn't really have much else.
And Zephyr just kind of like nods, and she's like, "No, though, thank you. I just, I wanted to kind of, as you can probably tell, be in a, well, not right now, but generally speaking, being a blue elf, in a place where there's not a lot of elves, specifically blue ones. Some people just aren't as open to talking, I guess. And we wanted to know anything. And yeah, and I just kind of also wanted to check on you and make sure you were okay after we left. Yeah. But no, it's a good thing that to know about the one connecting the library and the like near the tavern, just in case ever wanna come back and I don't have access to somebody that can make me look like a small dwarf person.
Yeah, you look fine. She goes to like poke your belly and a hand just passes through it and like brings it back out.
And yeah, it's weird. I, I don't understand how people can do this all the time.
I can
And she,
get why so she is your mom? Because I can sort
yeah.
of understand that because you're both very pretty.
Oh, thank you.
But not like this though, because you look kind of like my friend, uh, uh, but she's really fat. So,
Oh,
but like fat for a dwarf too. So
oh.
yeah.
So if it just like goes to reach where like, because like obviously her face isn't where her face is.
Yeah.
So she goes to reach for like where the facial hair on the dwarf that she's appearing as. She's like, this is the bit I just can't like get used to. Just
What, having a beard? I can't wait for mine to grow in.
yeah, it's kind of cool, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't
You
think I'd suit one. But
they say there's someone at the arena that can use it as a whip to hurt people with, and I think that's awesome.
wait, the arena, like a Coliseum type thing?
Yeah.
Oh. I feel like I know someone who'd like that a lot. The fighting and also the whip lady. Oh, yeah. But thank you. You said that a lot of your knowledge came from reading. Um, do you know anywhere else? Like, is the library here like the where you've been getting most of the books?
Yeah, the Royal Library's pretty stocked.
Mm-hmm.
But there's
Would
the archives at the academies. That's probably the
mm-hmm.
only other place that you'd find stuff like that.
Do you know if the archives are open to anyone? Like, do I need permission to go there?
No, you'd have to be like a member of a guild
Oh,
or
okay.
like a noble of like a like a dwarven noble.
Yeah.
Or
I figure.
or a mage. If you were one of the grand mages of Sylvastria, then I suppose you could just go wherever you wanted. But yeah.
Okay. I might have a way in then. Uh, nice. And do you know anyone else we could talk to, who might know?
No.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and she goes, the passageway from the library, where can I find that? That might be an easier way to.
Oh yeah, I can show you that. And she like leads you back
Okay.
down the stairs. It's quite a way of like you following her, and after a while you're like, how long has it been? And you begin to like look at your form. And as she sort of opens these massive doors into this huge sort of domed room with like stacks of books everywhere, you notice like there's an old dwarf at a lectern who's like talking to a couple of people stood around him, and she sort of like gestures behind, and like you follow her through a couple of more stacks of books, and like there's an old you can tell that the shelves are getting older and older because they soon become from wood to stone, and then she like gestures towards a cupboard and opens it, and inside you can see just mainly like cleaning supplies, and she begins like knocking on the floor and like listening to it. And as she's doing that, you look down and like your hands are blue, and you're like, oh shit, as your form sort of returns to yourself. And at the same time, she sort of like bangs a hand really hard on the floor as this trapdoor opens to reveal a set of stairs. She's like, there you go.
And Zephyr nods. She's like, oh well, it was fun while it lasted. And she kind of steps into the entrance and then turns around and goes, please keep safe. We don't know each other very well, but you were kind to me, and you seem to have gotten really well with her, and I'm glad she had someone. And yeah, and then she kind of like disappears into the tunnel, I guess.
Yeah, the last thing you see is sort of her head poked out from the square light that the library still has, before it disappears into the darkness of the tunnel. And you came this way before. You know roughly that at some point you see it feels familiar, so this might have been where your mum had made the stairs to. And then eventually you find yourself like popping out close enough to the tavern out of this, like you did before, out of this. It looks like someone's wine cellar essentially, but no one owns it. As you like creak the door open, have a quick look around, and then make your way out. Keenan, as you're sort of shooting the shit with the scribe, and a couple of the other Argentum have one by one gathered in your room, what are you asking them in particular to do with the Sootways or the cult or anything else?
So Keenan is specifically going to spend his time trying to create a map, light kind of etchings of the city as we know it above ground, and then like each person that comes in, assuming that it's people that have investigated the Sootways, and he's interrogating them and marking the entrances and exits on the map in a different color, so like they're layered over top of each other, and he's just going to spend all of his time doing that to get as much detail as possible. So, you know, probing minor details from people. What did the temperature feel like? Did you feel a breeze? Was there light? All of that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the same. Pick me a dice, sir, of color.
Is that a metal one at the front I can see?
Most of them are metal, actually. Here you go. It's a little bit closer.
Yeah, that it looks green in brass right at the front. Yes,
Got
there.
it. Yep. Here it is. All right. Okay, so the same again. Yours for them is a DC 12 for just any general information. 15 will give you a little bit more in terms of their movement reports and each point where they've sort of explored, and then anything 18 to 20 plus will give you a little bit more information as well. Ooh. Okay, and theirs is +2 as well, so 18. Okay. You begin to sort of map some points out, mainly the access points. Sorry, I keep losing my voice. A couple have been sealed, some rerouted, some in dead ends. With an 18, you find some marked behind some old forges, some guild halls that aren't really used that much, some collapsed workshops that have sort of fallen on top of them. A lot of their reports are more about movements that they've seen of the way that they think the Shattered Storm are using them as well, because they found blueprints that don't match Dwarven Gate, and they know it's not any of them. And they know that someone's been using the tunnels to move between the tiers in the city, because like I said before, it is... although the map is flat, it is a sort of tiered into the mountain. And the displacement in the soot suggests more than one person, so it is a group of people every now and then. And that sort of ties in with what Zephyr saw back down there, where there's just footprints crisscrossing each other all over the place. You find that they report a lot of burned markings, most significantly some sort of spiral. And there's a lot of metallic dust in the air. And at one point, someone found a load of candles and incense and what looked to be like black rags, and it looked like they were performing some sort of ritual down there, but they don't know much else than that. But I would say with this will add up. By the way, all of everyone's investigating, but I would say with an 18, it will definitely give you more of a information of the overall complete map, for sure. Okay. And what was the last thing that everyone... There was one more. I can't remember what it was.
I was going to do something with my Steel Defender at some point, but I can wait till last. Other people can do stuff first. Other than that.
Anyone else doing something to help map out the city?
I guess I'll go then. So, with the Steel Defender, because I know I can do it with the smaller one, could I take a hit to its health but make it fly instead?
Let me have a look.
Because with the Steel Defender, it technically can only be the Steel Defender itself. But I was wondering for like actually using it for reconnaissance, could I have it have less health but let it fly? It's like a penalty.
I would say because a great deal of how you're beginning to learn all of this is taken from dwarves, not at the moment. You'd have to find someone else. It's definitely something that you'd be able to make like a variant of, for sure. But you would have to find... what you're beginning to learn is dwarven stuff it's made to last. It's made to last, and it is well made, and it is I'm trying to think of any other word that's not thick. It's sturdy. Yeah, it's made so they make things that are hard hitting and strong, but they don't really deal with the delicate side of things. You could, if you spend enough time maybe with Casvera, she might be able to help you with that. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. Or if you find another group of people that are equally inclined towards tinkering, then they could probably help you as well.
Okay, cool. So I won't do that for the time being. I will still make the Defender in the downtime. Just for flavor, can I make it look a little bit like Sonora? Just as like a nod for Nim.
Yes, yes, you can.
So I'll make the defender, and I'll also spend some time etching like a crest of a shield with the spellwrought tattoo into my chest. So I'll have access to that. Does it cost an infusion for the steel defender, or is the steel defender separate?
Let me have a look.
Because it didn't look like it was, but I wasn't sure.
I don't believe so.
Cool.
By third level,
so
your tinkering has borne you a faithful companion. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not an infusion. No.
Okay,
This is a thing you have made.
Sweet. So then I'll use my second infusion to create a wand of secrets.
Okay.
So I'll add that in as well. And then after that, depending how much time I've actually got left, I'd like to go talk to those guild masters that I spoke to at the party to try and
Yes.
put that in just so I don't forget.
Yeah, so talking with the guild, you sort of make your way back over to Harkner Hall, and they do recognize you specifically, and you're talking with some of the guild masters that work there. You're going to get more of a street level information, like people who actually live and sort of breathe amongst here, and they've been here long enough to know more of the sort of locality to it. So yes, you may pick a dice. Here you go. Try not to tilt them out of the. There you go.
I'll go with one of the like bluey ones at the front. Is it blue or purple? I can't really tell.
Tis blue, sir.
Colorblind. Sucks.
Color blur. Very on brand for this session.
Yeah.
That is a 6. The best they can tell you is they don't really know how it works because there isn't anyone around that lived back then. But they do say that they verify the fact that they have heard similar sort of weird sounds, and at one point there was some drums, and at one point there was some chanting. They've seen some blue light through the floor vents and some pink light. And a lot of workers mention hearing like air move through there where there shouldn't be. They mentioned seeing goblins and dragging crates towards the old furnace exhaust towers in the Châtellon slums. And in terms of the sootways, you don't really get much else, but you do get the rumor that someone had bought 30 pounds of resin and charcoal dust quite recently, and they didn't have a license to be buying that sort of thing.
Where was the goblin spotted again? Sorry, old forges near there, was it?
The old furnace exhaust towers in the Châtellon slums.
And it was without a license.
Okay, so that is a 6.
What was the bit about the lights? Sorry.
That they kept seeing blue and pink lights through some of the vents that are crafted in the stonework of the city.
I think other than that, I'd probably just leave it there. I
Probably, if I can, just check in with the guy that I showed that initial plan of the hand crossbow thing that we're working on. See if he'd had any updates, but other than that, I'd probably just call it for the day.
Okay. Okay. Nim or Persephone, are we exploring anything else?
Oh, like I should, but I have absolutely zero ideas as to what Nim would be able to do. I don't.
You and me both.
I think I'll tag on as I come back to the X Anvil. I'll bump into Nim and just go, I made a new friend, and then point down at the Steel Defender, and it will look like as close as I could get to Sonora.
How tall is it?
I think it's like.
So it's a medium construct, so it can look as tall or as small or whatever way you want.
Oh.
So can it be as tall as us technically? Because we're medium, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
If you want to think of a reference, Tarry Darrington in Critical Role had a Steel Defender. That's what that's what Doty was, and Doty was taller than him. So yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of like pull it round the corner and show Nim. I know it's not the same.
What does it look like?
It's going to be as
Describe to
close
me
as Sonora as
this
possible.
thing.
So, 80. Right. So it obviously won't have the same sting. It will be like made of steel, but it will have bronze inlays on the armor, a bronze tip. Like it's not a spear, but it's holding like a pole that looks like a spear, just for RP. It's got where I got some of the gems. I crushed up some of the moon. What was it? Moon opal that I got. What was it? So the obsidian and there was another one. A bit of moonstone. So I've done that into its hair, so it kind of glistens a little bit, almost like reflecting off the sun.
Nice.
It'll have like it won't have a cloak built in, but I'll equip it with like a shoddy cloak for now, but I'll fill it in better later when we have a chance to shop. But for now, it will have the silken scarf that I got for Holly wrapped around its neck, just to give it a bit of look to it.
Okay. Is it? Would you say it's more of a classically feminine form?
Yeah. So it would be as close as what I can remember Sonara being.
He's built himself a robot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Check out. Not surprised.
Had to make it weird. I was trying to be cute with it. And I'll just kind of.
Holly, I miss you. It gets cold at night without you.
So I'll just say to Nim, I know it's not gonna ever replace her, but I learned how to make someone who can help look after us, and I thought, who better than her? I hope it's not too much.
I will say for all of you, you have noticed that even as soon as you arrived, or a couple of days after you arrived in the city, like as soon as you guys were like drinking together and you were having meals and things like that, Callan would disappear quite early on in the night and sort of retire to his quarters, and it became like a recurring thing that you guys would like talk about and maybe make the odd joke about, but as he sort of reveals that, it's like, I see what you've been up to.
You made her?
Oh, it's never going to be her, but I thought you might like it to look like someone you knew and missed, rather than just something robotic and lifeless.
I mean, it's great to see her again, especially after the last time I tried to talk to her didn't go so well.
I can always change it if it's too much, but I thought it might be something that might bring you a bit of comfort.
I'm gonna be real with you, Callan. I don't know how to feel because it's so nice to just be able to see her, but it's almost too close.
Okay, I can always change it tomorrow.
I don't think I want you to change it. I just made that.
Yeah, I've been working on some stuff. I'm not always just writing love poems and being a bit emo in the corner. I have been trying to learn how to do stuff better.
And Nim is like essentially just like walking around around it in a circle and just like looking at it and then looking at you and then looking at it and just like it's not in a negative way, and she's like she appreciate, like you can see that she really likes it, but she's also a bit like fooled that one, that he would think to do that, and two, that he makes such a thing. She's like obviously she knows that Cam can do like make things and has his like projects and stuff, but she never thought that anybody could make something like that, let alone Callan could make something like that. So she's just like, she appreciates it, but is very overwhelmed. She's like, my god, you can do this?
Well, I was going to make some jewelry and stuff, but I thought I'll prioritize something that can actually help us first.
What can it do?
So it's basically, it can work on its own as like a sentry almost. It can also help in combat. It doesn't have a lot of health, so it will like fall over if it gets attacked a couple of times. But think of it as
It'll fall over. It really is Callan's child.
like father, like son. Think of it as, you know how like the mages sometimes have familiars?
Yeah.
The defender is kind of like a mechanical version of that, but can help out a bit more. And he'll kind of just like tap it, and you just hear it ring like steel on its shoulder, just to like emphasize it's got a bit of bulk to it.
Have you given it facial features, or is it like a helm?
I think it would be a helm. I don't think it would actually be her face, because I think that would be too much.
Yeah, that would be that would be creepy.
Yeah. I was initially going to say like because I've got in my, where is it? Had it in there somewhere. Because I've got Electrum on me, I was going to make her eyes gold, like to see through the slits, which would be kind of cool, but I thought that might be a bit much. So I left that bit out. So yeah, so when we're out camping, you know how I used to like cast alarm to try and like let us know if stuff was coming, and like we normally have to keep watch and everything?
Yeah.
This could kind of take place at that, in a way.
Okay.
So we can kind of be a bit more chill.
you see Nim kind of like looking around like the upper torso, kind of like looking at the shoulders, and she's like, it looks like she's looking for something.
I probably would say, especially with the pauldrons, you know, when we had that
Yeah.
thing where I infused your armor for that one time, where
Yeah.
it had like the symbols on the side, it would be those same pauldrons in the armor.
Okay.
And it
Yeah.
would probably have like the symbol of the Guardian in like the center of the chest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what, like essentially that's what she was like looking for. As soon as she spots it, she's like, she like touches it and is like,
It's like ice cold to the touch. There's no
Yeah.
in it.
Ben, can you make me a religion check, please?
Yeah, sure. What's that? Is it an 8? D&D Beyond's lagging. Oh, sorry. It's a 23 apparently.
Oh my god, that's not an 8.
Yeah, that's a nat 20. Sorry, it just lagged. It looked like an 8 on D&D Beyond, and it came through with the actual roll. I'm rolling high today.
yeah.
I think, as you're looking over this, Nim, you're seeing, on one shoulder is the very classic helmet with a heart background, that's wreathed in like little elegant gold pieces of fire. But as you sort of move round, like right by the base of her neck, he's also added like a massive round shield, like a Viking's shield. And you can see that there is depictions of Sinara in different forms of battle. Like he had observed her practicing some forms at one point, and each part of the shield is the movements that she was doing as she was moving through that. And you'd seen versions of this in some temples, and it's not Sinara in those temples. It is a sort of mannequin version of these movements. And this is a sort of more in the world, depending on where you go, there are different versions of the symbol for the Guardian and many of the different deities. So in the highest of temples, this is what they use. And somehow he has remembered that for you and put that in.
And Nim like runs her hand along the like engraving and is like still just kind of like walking around this thing, like looking at all the little bits, and then she like stops in front of it and puts her arms up as if she's going to hug it, and then she's like, it's almost like she catches herself and then just throws her arms around Callan and is like, how she would want to be remembered.
Well,
That is true. I would want to be a giant fighting robot.
does the robot speak through her at that
No.
point? Or you just say that for fun?
No, I just said it for fun.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
It was immediately traumatized. The robot starts talking back.
I'm glad you like it. Who knows? I might be able to work out how to make it a sparring partner for you eventually. I'm glad it
If it's
wasn't
anything
too
like
much.
her, it would whoop my ass.
I'm pretty sure you can kick its ass at the moment.
Yeah.
But at least for practice purposes and keeping guard. And a remembrance.
I'd
of
say
an old
as
friend.
he says that, you watch as like a small spring just go ping.
It's still got some kinks to work
Yeah, it's
out.
definitely a first attempt.
Yeah. It looks kind of good, but functionally it's still a bit shit.
Imagine if that was true and it's like, follow me, and then just like takes one step forward, it just falls flat on his face.
Yeah, I was so hoping it wasn't going to be a roll for
it's
it.
a
and then
display
see how
model.
it goes. Yeah.
But no, it is fully functional. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if there's anything else you'd like me to try and make at some point, I'm more than welcome to ask. I'm slowly getting a little bit better. Still got a lot to learn, as you can see, as the spring light flies past his face. And he'll kind of like reach in for the hug and just say, I know I can be really awkward at times and sometimes cause a lot of trouble, but I'm glad I've got you guys. And thanks for letting me be a part of this.
We're glad we've got you too. You thing you made to look after. Oh. Thank you, Callan.
Is there anything I can help you out with now, other than?
I mean, I really want to help find this, like, work out this Undercity, but I get lost going to the bathroom, let's be honest, and like, no, I don't know anyone here. I don't know what to do, but I want to help Zephyr. Like, her mum can't be a prisoner forever.
How about we do a little training to pass the time till the others get back, and he'll kind of like signal the defender to try and like replicate a few of the forms.
That works for me. You see that Nim very much pulls her punches. She's like, I'm not damaging this thing.
Yeah.
Holy
like
shit. Yeah, I mean this still defender just begins moving. It's not fluid, but it is the same forms that you saw Sinara doing, for sure. It rolled a natural 20. Fucking hell.
That's my boy.
Just wiping away a tear.
I just shoot they grab so fast.
Like that one meme from Hamilton. It's like, look at my son.
Yeah. Look at my son. Okay. Right. If none of you, none of the others have any ideas, so the total for your little missions, so one of you got a 10, the other one got an 18, and the last one was a 6. So your average is an 11.
Woo!
Woo!
But above average.
I would say with that you have a rough, like I said, you have a rough idea of some access points. You've got about 2 to 3 paths through the city. I would say you don't have much depth further than that. You know, several interconnected routes, and unfortunately that is the best but you can use them to sort of access each thing, and I would say you can use them to access each district. So you found enough that you could go from the Orange Vein Market, where you guys are you guys in the Orange Vein Market? Or are you in the Noble District? No, you're in the Noble District. So you could go from the Noble District to each of the districts, like the Orange Vein Market or the Chatelaine Slums, or over to I can't see the names right now, but all the named parts on the map. Unfortunately, you haven't got anything further than that. That's not to say that in time you can't develop more.
I really want to go check out the Chatelaine Slums, because that's where goblins are, and that's the hint I've got. I will raise my army.
We all follow the man who can make metal men. The
Just
Heartburn
create-
District and Deep Can, which is the old town. Okay. Is there anything
just
anyone
thinking.
else is doing this evening as you're all sitting around in the tavern having a couple of drinks, and in walks Callan, followed by Nim, followed by what appears to be a woman in armor who like creaks as she moves, and I'd say, Callan, you've had enough dignity to clothe her.
Yeah,
so she looks
they really put
vaguely
it on.
humanoid. She just looks like an armored woman who is following
Yeah.
him as he walks in with a helm over her face.
Hi, guys.
Let's look what Callum made.
Callan made a woman.
It's
How old are you, Callan? I didn't think you had any children.
I'm a
Callan
lot
made
older than
himself
you
a
think,
wife.
technically, but it's not for that.
Callum, you must really miss Polly.
I do,
It's
but
getting
not.
bad at night, huh?
That's not why I made it.
But guys, it's Sonara. Like, look at her. It's so cool. As she like Nim starts pointing out all of the like little touches of like the Guardian like symbol and the like forms on the back and all of that jazz, and it's just like, look, she's going to watch over us while we sleep.
That makes it sound really creepy.
It looks
Club table. That's exactly why I said it.
it looks an approximation of Sinara. It like the
It's
more
not
she
like-
says it, the more you're like, yeah, in the right angle, sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like if I
It's- it-
squint a bit.
Yeah, if I
it's a
like-
likeness.
If I
It's a
unfocus my
likeness, not a
eyes,
picture
I guess
perfect.
I guess I see it.
It's a first attempt. I haven't really tried anything like this before, but I thought it might be helpful to have another pair of hands to help us out with what we're doing. Keenan, not like that, as he like looks at him.
Enan is like unusually quiet and keeping his distance. Like this thing is, he's freaking out. He doesn't like it.
It's
Steph
devil
is
magic.
the
Burn
Steph
him.
is honestly the exact same because she's like, I grew up in a cave. This shit's fucking weird.
Zephyr
not
raises her
okay.
hand and
Mhm.
and says, "If I ask it, her,
Them.
them."
They.
I'll
Yeah,
be
she's like-
completely
she
honest
can't
with
decide.
you. I just made this. I haven't worked out pronouns for it yet. So
If I ask this creation of yours, nicely,
yeah.
will it give me a piggyback?
I feel like
guess
you
it
might.
could. I don't
it
know
doesn't-
how strong is it.
I want to say, does it look like it can, or is she going to climb on its back and it's going to crumble? Because I will pee my pants if she climbs on its back and it just crumbles into dust.
I don't know how strong it is.
I
It
do.
just, or it just can't move.
Good
It
defender,
just
here we
stands
go.
still.
It's got 14 strength, so I guess it could. In theory.
Yeah, just have to make a strength check to lift
Yeah.
her up.
Zephyr doesn't plan on it. She's just asking questions.
Test
Yeah.
it out.
She's just curious.
Do
Well,
it.
I'll be completely honest with you, Zeph. I haven't really had a chance to test anything with it yet. I just kind of made it, showed them, and then we're here. So I don't really know what it can fully do yet. It could just fall over for all I know, but I thought it might
We
be kind
don't
of cool.
need. We don't need it to fall over. That's what we have you for.
I made it in my own faults, I guess.
She says that bit quietly and kind of like taps his shoulder, like that's what we have you for. Yeah. But yeah, no. I don't think Zephyr would do anything else tonight per se. But she would mention, like, obviously, I've shared all the information that she had on the routes and things. But I think also she would have said, if we need more information, she did mention the library. and then kind of bring up the various things that they might need to acquire or people to ask in order to gain access to said library.
Say, I'm very good at libraries.
True, but she said that we'd need maybe like a mage or like a noble, and then she looks at Keen and goes, a dwarven noble.
Let me pick someone out of all of you to make a history check.
We know it ain't me.
Not me.
I'm not smart.
I've probably got the best history, but will the luck continue? Or do you
by the
know
way,
that one?
this isn't a high DC. I'd say this may be like DC 14 or 13.
Okay.
Plus
Cool.
3, but
I have a plus nothing.
Colin.
I'm dumb.
I'm a +3 as well, so if you want.
But I can give you guys
Oh
credit.
god, I have a +4.
Go, Keaton, go for it.
oh,
You get a little bum slap of guidance in
you're
there.
proficient.
Little lord.
I am.
Oh,
Part of my schooling.
Damn it, he's so smart.
That's an 18.
Okay. You know of an archmage. He's a little kooky and sometimes doesn't answer messages.
Ooh.
Who?
Ooh.
Exactly. And then as you're like, oh, I mean, we could try and send him a missive. Like maybe he might turn up. And as you're like pondering it, you're like, and then you pause as you sort of replaying everything that's happened. It's been such a rush of everything, and you're sort of reeling everything back in your mind, and you distinctly remember watching like a fat, jolly, weird-looking homeless Santa wizard dancing at the Hammer Feast. And the more you think about it, you're like, yeah, Drydas was there. Like he is. Where is and you're like, where the fuck is he? Because he's not here, so where would he be? But yeah, on an 18, you sort of cast your mind back, and you're like, there is a very distinctive mage here that you know of, and he came with the king. He was like alongside so like, where the fuck is he? Like, where did he go?
Where in the world is Drydas San Diego?
Yeah.
We just hear an explosion in the distance.
But for tonight, the rest of the city can keep its tension and its secrets and its sealed vaults and weird wizards. Because up here in the Axe and Anvil's upper lounge, the world is a little bit kinder, and Keenan's tab certainly helps with that. They escort you to a private suite, a polished alcove overlooking the main floor of the tavern part of this inn. It's got its own hearth that burns low and steady, polished tables, plush chairs. And for the first time today, nothing is going wrong. No one mentions cults or talks about storms or tunnels. It's just spiced ale, roasted nuts, and citrus oil. This is going to be a comfortable night.
Lies.
And as we end this session, I'm going to do something that I don't often do. And I'm going to take control of you all just a little bit.
How very dare you?
Keenan,
Mm-hmm.
you thrive in places like this. They're expensive and warm and indulgent, and your cloak is already off and thrown over the back of a very lovely velvet chair, and you plop down on the cushions like you own the building, because you basically do. And a bard in a noble tavern is a very dangerous combination, and you commandeer a tiny crystal harp that's been left on the shelf, and plucking a few chords, You improvise a very half dramatic, half sarcastic retelling of everyone's day, and two wealthy dwarves. It's a lie, most of it. Two wealthy dwarves in the main area choke on their wine as they laugh, and every time a server walks by, you give them a story about a performance you could give them if you weren't so tired, which gives you a very amused eye roll and a refill of whatever you're drinking. Zephyr, I'll get back to you.
Oh,
As Nim, you don't drink too heavily. You drink quite thoughtfully. Your tankard remains only ever half empty as you trace the rim, listening, watching, assessing. The warmth of the tavern doing its work, though. The low hum of the voices, the security of the stone walls, your posture loosens with the now presence of a proxy Sinara by your side. And you find yourself laughing a little bit more, unguarded and imbibing with the rest of them. Kalenthar, you're not feeling alcohol today. You want a dwarven spiced tea, as you want to think a little bit more over the things you can do to tinker tonight. As the steam curls around your face, you're overlooking the balcony rail that looks over the rest of the tap room, and it's grounding you. And you can feel a soft weight of talons on your shoulder, as if Erendor were an owl perched there. And you're sketching absently on a scrap of parchment some ideas for an invention you have yet to think of what might happen. Persephone, you find small moments to laugh with the rest of them, much like everyone else. You begin to become a little bit more comfortable and less awkward and clumsy, and there is a moment where you find yourself a little bit solemn before you feel a great weight beside you, and once again there is a handsome, tall half-orc for you to sort of lean yourself into, and the haze of the alcohol and the laughter and the merriment, you'll just find yourself cocooned into his form. And Zephyr, you sit close to the hearth at first, a little bit withdrawn, processing the death and now rebirth of your mother, and actually getting to meet her. But as the warmth sinks into your bones, your shoulders open up a little bit more, and you listen to Keenan's antics. Feel like you might order something heavy and beautifully, like an ale. No, not an ale. I want something fruity with honey and citrus, and they give you this beautiful wine that they said was favored by the late Lady Casvira. And you sip it slowly, letting yourself be held in the moment. And as you do, you feel like this pull, ever so slightly. Not to the skies above and the mountains beyond, but beneath, deep into the earth. And as we follow that eye line, passing through stone and walkways and deep into the caverns, we watch as a beautifully blue scaled form, freshly covered in frost from the skies above, snakes its way through the deep caverns of the Hailfaller Peaks in search of something. As a tattered and loose remnants of leather and metal of a saddle on their back as they move beneath the earth. That's where we're going to end our session. this has been my Wyrdcast. Thank you very much for joining me. And I don't remember if we're here next week, so, deal with it. No, I'll have a look. We are here next week.
Deal with it.
We'll deal with
Yeah.
it. We are here next week for another episode of the Stormcaller's Fury, and we will find out what more you can find out about the Sootways, the cult, and maybe not just the dwarves who live beneath the mountain. But until then, thank you very much, and we'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has read